I mean,
never in my life. Never in my life. I joke around. I'm right 98% of the time. Really, it's more like 99. But I've lived 54 years.
That was a joke, right? That was the joke.
No, but I've lived 54 years, so that's a lot of time to be wrong. But never have I been so happy to be wrong. This is. I did a live stream tonight, a little bit earlier, where we were talking about and just following the election results. And everything froze. Nobody was counting. Nobody was announcing. Nobody was doing anything. And I was pissed because it was the same exact states that they did the steal on in the last election. So I was like, you know what? We're all going to wake up. It's going to be congratulations, Kamala Harris. That's exactly how I ended my show. I was pissed. I'm ready to go. And then as soon as I got off stage there, as soon as I got off camera, I go up to my wife. I said, they're going to do it. They're going to steal it again. And I turned on the TV, and it's like they announced Georgia. Oh, they announced Nevada. Oh, they announced. And then finally they announced Pennsylvania and Alaska. And it was like,
actually, right, Nevada and Alaska are still out there.
Really? I thought
Alaska, Nevada, and Maine.
I'll tell you why.
Maybe that was it. I know. But the point is they called
Reuters announced Wisconsin.
I'll tell you what the difference was this time in 2020.
Go on ahead.
Yeah, the poly markets kept rising. The gambling markets kept rising throughout the evening. New York Times meter kept going more for Trump. All the things, all the things that didn't happen in 2020 did happen tonight. And it had a different feel this time, because in 2020, most people were expecting Biden to win. This time, there are a lot of people that were hoping Harris wouldn't. And by that I mean the mainstream media. Oh. But okay, he's about to take the stage.
The other big thing was that a bunch of Amish people voted for the first time.
Where can we find this speech? Can we find it on any YouTube? So what you're going to basically see, guys, and turn it on yourselves. We're going to see Donald Trump's speech, and we'll react to it where it needs to be. But that way we can see it.
I've been watching Crowder, so man, they've been showing CNN the meltdowns. I've been loving it.
Oh, I want a DVD.
Sure. I want a Blu-ray of the MSNBC coverage.
I know, right?
Boy Reed, Jen Psaki, and Rachel Maddow.
So everybody's on stage here. I wonder if I can get I don't know. Unfortunately, I've already got a strike.
And also, it makes you feel any better. I didn't see this screen before, so that didn't happen for me.
Oh, okay.
So you need to apologize to me. You weren't wrong, because I didn't know.
No. I'm waiting for us to get an audience, and I have got an apology to lay out. So, fine. He's trying to speak, but they're still doing the thing. Holy crap! It looks like JD Vance is about to cry. And I'm not talking about in a bad way, like, sissy boy's crying. I'm talking about this man is proud. They've got Proud to Be an American playing, which incredible song. Hello to Dark Admiral. Hello to James Summoner. What's up? You got to say I knew it all along to save face, because nowadays everyone seems to be in debate 2.0 mode.
Trump speaking.
I'm willing to say I was wrong. I told everybody, this is the one thing I'd be happy to be wrong about. Okay, his speech is starting, so please, everybody, find the speech and turn it on.
I mean, I'm about 40 seconds behind you guys.
All right. MAGA is the greatest political movement. So we also won the Senate, but we didn't win the House.
The House is still out there.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it's going to be razor thin if they do.
For those who have another way to watch another tab for YouTube, Fox News actually YouTube channel is airing the speech live right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching it on. Holy crap! It was for a while there. It was really close, and then boom! Let me make it so I can see everybody's comments as well. Hello to Evil Black Cat. What's up? Is this the 10% of the time where you're 2%? 2%. Really 1%. Really 30%.
No, they are right about one thing. This is the greatest political comeback. It's the greatest comeback in American politics.
I know, right? It really is. It's like he got taken out, not voted out, but he got taken out, and people had to live with the result of that. And what gets me is it seems like the cracks really started to show. Like people were like, "Wait a second, this is wrong, and we're living wrong." And I was literally out to head to bed, says Dark Admiral. Me too.
Every single day I will be fighting for you with every breath in my body. I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve.
Kamala has to win everything in order for this not to be real.
No, he's already got 277.
Oh, okay. The last I checked, it wasn't at that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Venkman State put him over 270.
Well, thank you.
And he's leading. He's up 6 in Michigan. It hadn't been called yet. He's up in Nevada by I think 6. Haven't been called yet. Alaska's obviously going to go to him, so he could hit 300 easy.
USA. They aren't even letting him talk right now. The popular vote. Can you freaking believe that?
Yes, I can actually, because
can you freaking believe? I mean, like that has not happened since.
Did you see how close
Reagan?
New York was?
I know, right? It was damn near 50-50 in New York.
Well, she won by 10, but it was less, I think, barely a million or maybe a little bit under. Bush won the popular vote in 2004. That's the last time a Republican has won the popular vote.
He won the last election. He won New York by 27, and that was a record for a Republican. This time, the last I saw was 45.
Yeah, it ended up being 55 something to 44%, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only state that she absolutely blew him away of any consequence was California. She won by almost 2 million votes there. Because
those people are idiots anyway.
Well, yeah,
I mean, they called Larry Elder a white supremacist and still kept the whitest guy ever to inhabit the United States.
Yeah, Adam Schiff beat Steve Garvey by 20 in California. I mean, it's that state's just lost.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe Pelosi's still in. Hey, Vane Payne, what's up? It's going very well right now. We're just chilling. We're listening and commenting on Donald Trump's acceptance speech. Then we're going to get just to whatever you guys want to talk about, any questions, any comments. And I have a huge apology. Kind of. A huge eating of crow.
Like you said,
I am slathering with barbecue sauce. I'm putting
like Trump just said, we're gonna have a House and Senate and the presidency. F you, Harris.
That would be awesome.
Oh, you just said that.
If you got that
Wait a minute.
kind of
Hang on a
mandate,
second.
Trump just said we have the Senate, and it looks like we're getting the House now. So that means, there's going to be lots of riots. So for those of you who have guns, make sure they're loaded.
I'm in a very red state, so I'm feeling okay. Not as red as Florida. That thing, Florida was counted in a moment.
He also just did a Guinness World Record. He's the only president to ever win the 40, to have one, lose one, and then come back another one.
No, he's not. It's the second to do it.
No, he's not.
Who was the other one?
Was it McKinley or?
Yeah, it was one of the early ones.
Technically, he won 3 in a row.
Yeah, he just didn't make it in. This is my biggest thing about Trump derangement syndrome. There's literally an ex-model as the first lady, and you don't see her on the cover of magazines.
No.
They show Michelle Obama's ugly butt, but they won't have freaking Melania, and she is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, Cloris, don't you remember
and the model?
The only magazine to back it was Maximum. Sports Illustrated wanted dudes with dicks and bikinis. Of course, they want Big Mike on there. They don't want an actual woman on there.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Cleveland. Okay, it was. One thing tonight does is it what you had become. And I got to admit, I got real skittish the last couple of days myself. My friend Jerry was tired of hearing me say Harris was going to win.
MK saying crazy how red. Oh, go ahead, sir.
But this tonight, the fact that it's over, we know that Trump's president, and we knew the night of the election. All of the things we said about the secret cabal or whatever like that. I say that the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is 6 months. Maybe it's a little longer, because I honestly I hope tonight was going to happen, but until it was official, like I said, I got real nervous in the last couple of days. But it does renew one's faith in a system that I thought was irreparably damaged.
My mom's been saying, that,
ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the return of LK.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, my mom was
figured on this momentous night, had to pop on for a bit.
All righty. Hello.
It's almost 7 in
So,
Michigan
being
now.
the only Harris supporter in the group, LK, what do you think?
Yeah, right. No, I love the fact that I live now in a fully free red state. So I watched the returns here in Arkansas come in.
So earlier tonight during our live stream, our Geeky Puppet Show, we had people coming out of the woodwork saying hello. We had Manga Bats or Bats Pop. He was on with us on the panel. I had Anton Elkich, whatever his name was.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
He
popped up. And there was another one else person popped on too. Ron, do you remember who it was in the chat? Like all of a sudden, all these people were to come out of nowhere and just was crazy.
Old schoolers here.
Hashtag Comics was talking in sports ball. It's just like
it wasn't.
I just felt like I was being
came out.
It felt like we just, it just felt like everybody who's been hiding for the past 4 years just saw that Trump was going to win and decided to say, you know what, I'm alive now. Look at. We even got the old man up there. He's drinking alcohol. He just took a swig of brandy.
It's raspberry tea.
Sure it is.
Although I have postponed my no eating rule because, as earlier I said, stress eating is okay, but now it's just fun. time
No,
eating.
Melania,
And,
my mom
go ahead.
No, Melania, I was saying about my mom was she's like, she was saying that Trump has been like, you can tell he's a godly man, and God had a plan for our country because the way the guy was survived the freaking bullet, like you could tell everything was moving, how everything was going. You could tell the signs, that he was gonna win. Trump even towards the end there. Trump himself knew it towards the end. You could tell before the stuff coming in because his whole mood, his whole spirit, as far as his whole entire personality, just changed. So,
Well, but there was still the unknown because we've gotten so cynical and so sure that there's going to be cheating and there's all kinds of things that went a little bit south today.
But there's too much for this to be cheating, though.
Well,
yeah,
let
maybe
Eric
that's what it
finish
was.
here. I want to hear.
But it also it got to the point where like I said, I made this point a couple days ago. I think this was phase 3 of a 3-part plan. COVID was phase 1, and we all gave up our freedoms for government security. The 2020 election was phase 2, and then I think they decided, okay, if we can put the worst ticket together in the history of American politics, get them through, and not have the country burned down by the right, we can do whatever we want. Well, all of that goes out the window now because legitimacy prevailed. So make of that what you will. But
Chrononauts, the 5th of November, that's Dalton. I don't care for that movie, so I'm not gonna quote it.
V for Vendetta is an awesome book, and it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is
my
funny.
daughter brought it.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, okay, LK, let me give you the floor in just a second. However, Vincent and I, we didn't fight. It wasn't a fight. Obviously, we're on different sides of political fence, and still welcome. I damn well appreciated your opinions. I appreciated your arguments. You are far more knowledgeable about the way these things work than I am. So thank you, and thank you for your for the I guess this would be a conceding, or what do you call it when but anyway, but thank you very much. Appreciate it. I was going to say something. Oh, my daughter, by the way, brought up the 5th of November. They had their Guy Fawkes Day yesterday in New Zealand. So that got brought up as well. But Vincent, I don't know if you were there, but for those of you who were, just to give you a heads up, everything stalled. Everything stalled. Nothing was moving. The same states that were in play were the same ones that they used to take the election. Yes, Vincent, I do believe that that's what happened. And so I left the last stream in a huff, absolutely believing I was going to go to sleep, wake up tomorrow. It would have been that graph, and it would be President Kamala Harris all over again. So I am 100% absolutely fantastically amazed, as Airborne Animations was saying. So glad you were wrong. Absolutely fantastically.
Who were you arguing with?
I have to do it. Oh, Vincent. Vincent's he's a liberal.
Oh, because Breen said you're arguing with somebody who is like a Harris supporter. So I'm like, was someone new?
Yeah. No, Vincent's.
I know, but I thought because I know Vincent, but I thought like it was just some random person who was triggered by your stream.
And 27 Ottawin did say that Trump won. For those of you who don't know what 27 Ottawin is, if you put that 0 closer to the 70 and then break it up, it's 270 to win, which is obvious. But when I first saw it, that's how I said it. Too many times for me to not be embarrassed by it. That being said, hold on. No, you got to let me talk on this one. You got to let me say it. That being said, I have been having an argument now for 4 months with someone here who has been telling me, calm down. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I said, dude, you're wrong. There's no way. We never got heated. Never got unfriendly. So I'm going to say this. Eric, you're
Okay, you're not Fonzie. You can do this.
yes. Yes. Hey.
Wait, you're trying to say that Eric told you that Trump
I can
was
do this.
gonna
I can
win?
do this. Eric,
was-
let me do this. I can do this. Eric, you were you there. Damn it. Eric,
Well,
you
I
were
thought he was gonna do
right.
this.
I was wrong. I was so fucking wrong. I absolutely thought they were going to do it. You said they wouldn't. They couldn't this time around. By the end of that last stream, I had no hope in my heart. Eric Brain was right. Oh, RDV, let me finish. RDV, please. Eric,
When you're running
right.
all you want, it wasn't Eric. Eric was saying they were going to steal it too.
No, he wasn't. Not to me. Eric, you were right. I was wrong. You were smart. I was dumb. You're very handsome. I'm not all that attractive. Everything, dude, you were absolutely right. There you go. That's my apology with the usual suspects.
Like I said, the last couple of days, I was starting to think that they were going to, but I think that's just my natural pessimism. But because now, and I probably really didn't mean it, but like I said, I kept saying there were indicators that weren't there 4 years ago that were this time, and it's Dana White. And it didn't have the same feel of 4 years ago because things had changed. The early voting, the absentee balloting, it had all shifted towards Trump, and those are things that didn't happen 4 years ago. Now it's we've gotten so used to, especially with the shit that happened with the Senate races in Georgia and things like that, where it'd be natural to think that, oh crap, here we go again. But those really weren't just there. They really weren't there this time. And obviously, turns out that was the case because we're not watching Kamala. God, how drunk exactly Kamala is right now.
You mean Kamala?
I know, right?
No, we can go back. We can go back to the JBL pronunciation.
Well,
Can I just call her Kamala? Okay.
All right.
LK, you want the floor?
Yeah. So just I've had
And then
a lot of mixed emotions over the last week or so. Kind of flipping back and forth between, yeah, it's going to happen. No, somehow, some way, by hook or by crook, the Dems are going to pull this one out. One thing that did kind of keep me positive was the fact of Elon Musk being involved, because this was more than just him one time saying, yeah, I think Donald Trump's okay. No, he was part of this, and he is one of the smartest people in the world. And so just in the back of my mind, it was, he's not just, out there, saying nice things. He is back there talking strategy and coming up with things. And, some of the things that made me feel, better beyond just kind of, looking at social media and watching the early vote numbers and what have you, and people trying to read the tea leaves on that was, this morning, seeing the Republican Party actually out there fighting, getting the lawsuits in, challenging things that were going on, staying on track of it, something we did not see 4 years ago. And to me, that was huge. I think that's the biggest reason why both Pennsylvania and Wisconsin have been called already, is because they are watching. And so the numbers got too big to rig.
All right. RDB, what did you want to say?
I was just saying, I've been the only one that's been positive the whole entire freaking year.
All the way up to the end, huh?
But no, Eric's the one that's right.
Hey, Eric was the one I fought with. I didn't fight with you, so
you fight with me every day.
Yeah.
Well, but about different stupid stuff. You and I never really actually fight about important shit.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Are you? What I'm gleaming from that is, Yeah, because this is like an 8-year thing now. Are you saying that Elon Musk is an upgrade from Steve Scaramucci?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And just kind of the entire brain trust. But one thing that this election should do now too is really cause a massive change in polling, because we saw that Iowa poll by the quote unquote gold standard that got dropped the weekend before the election. That was, all over the news for 48 hours. That was used as propaganda for the Democrat state-run media to say, oh, look, women, old women are coming out for Harris. Trump has miscalculated, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? He's about to win Iowa by about 13 points. So that's a 16-point miss on that poll. She should never be heard from again. Either she just grossly got it wrong, or she purposely did it, to benefit the Democrats. Something else too was Florida wasn't polled that much, but I remembered seeing a couple of polls for September, October, showing Florida like +3, +4. Well, guess what? Again, 13 points. More. I should say, actually, take that back. What it was they were polling the Senate, the Senate race, and saying, "Oh, Scott's only got a 3 or 4 point lead." And guess what? He's going to win double digits. So many of the so-called gold standard pollsters, purposely missed this again, and you have to ask yourself why.
Well, they have to ask themselves why.
Well, I'm assuming that's a rhetorical question on their part, because
no, their answers, even if they look deep within themselves to wonder where they failed, they will know exactly what the reason was: white supremacy and misogyny. Yeah. That's it. They won't
but that's not going to fly. It's not going to fly anymore. It'll fly in the circles where it always has. It'll fly on the college campuses, but not in the real world anymore.
Harry Sisson was pretty much breaking down. He was all pissed off. Basically, the male version of Greta Thunberg.
Oh, I'm sure.
He is. Yeah.
Thunberg.
I like that better, actually.
I know, right? Can we change that name to permanent and forever?
Yeah. But I mean, it's interesting, the coalition that Trump has put together. And I know it was something definitely that I was so annoyed with the California GOP when I was there, because I watched, California turn from a red state into a solid blue state. And part of that was how the California GOP just gave up on the Hispanic vote. And what Trump has done here in terms of building this, multiracial, multinational, jack of all trades coalition should be a blueprint going forward for a new GOP. There is no reason why Republican Party and the core ideals and beliefs that we have cannot and should not, or should be able to appeal to Hispanics, to blacks, to Asians, to everybody, especially Hispanics, because in general, especially first and second generation, my experience, first and second generation, Mexican families, extremely religious. There are multiple social issues that agree on, and to be able to bring into the tent, and that's kind of what I really want to see moving forward, is kind of this new coalition of the GOP. And
you
honestly,
got something in your beard.
Yeah.
Like you brush your teeth or something, or sorry. Okay.
That's okay. No, I'll just finish up. I mean, the thing that I'm just as excited about with Trump winning is that with the potential to have a Senate majority of 55 or possibly 56, if all four break the way right now they look, which means that, your center left, moderate Republicans aren't going to have the power in the Senate they think they do. And what that means is Trump's going to be able to get his cabinet. He's going to be able to get his judges. And that is so important.
And IKEA, right?
So Salem LeBlanc here is saying, I'm a little concerned about Michigan because despite the results, we've apparently elected 2 leftist judges for our Supreme Court, or at least I looked at the numbers. So
did you see that people were showing around like midnight? Well, I guess my time would be 1 o'clock your time. They were showing that they're busting in like ballots in Michigan, and I forgot what other state it was too.
Well,
Pennsylvania, but apparently it doesn't matter because like Trump's up 7 in Michigan.
Well, yeah, that's what Crowder and Gerald Ayer were saying. Like Gerald Ayer definitely say like they could bring in, but the thing is that he's got too much the votes. There's nothing they can bring in.
I mean, PA gave him 19, which I'm kind of hyped about, honestly. The fact that it was my state that basically decided the election. I just got done doing an 8-hour election stream with Mr. E2099 over at Duality of Man.
I couldn't do it. I threw a temper tantrum and ran away.
I taught comic books with manga bats.
But yeah, I'm really glad for this now. Honestly, this is the Democrats' fault. Honestly, because I would have loved if it was a populist left winger and a populist right winger going at it, but we didn't get that. We got the soulless neoliberal establishment shill, just like the other time we got the soulless neoliberal establishment shill. If you want me to vote left again, you need to give me a left winger I can vote for. And in the absence of a populist left versus populist right fight, if it's a populist right versus establishment uniparty fight, then I'm going to go with the populist.
So
give me more populist options, and we can have the discussion as to whether populist left or populist right is better. But
I agree.
If only one side is being populist, then that makes my decision relatively easy, doesn't it?
But I agree, though. It is their fault because they chose to piss off their own side by not having a primary. They just randomly said, you know what? Now we know what's best for you. Joe's going to step down. We're going to give you Kamala, and you're going to like it no matter what.
Well, even in 2020, they did that because Bernie and Tulsi and Yang were all riding higher than Biden and Kamala, and yet all of the establishment shills, the Beto O'Rourke's and so on, fell in line behind Biden and Kamala, even though...
Now, by what I've seen, though, and this is one thing, it didn't matter. As a matter of fact, my mom, when I argued this with her, said, I voted for her when I voted for Biden, but that's not how primaries work. But it doesn't matter because just like all that Kamala had as she debated and she argued, she was not Trump. That's all that mattered to a whole bunch of people. Don't be Trump. That's it.
She can't debate. She has nothing to run on. She failed miserably the first time, and all she did was laugh. And then, like you said, after that debate, it was worse than Biden. Biden, I think, did a better job than she did.
She peaked at 15% in the 2020 primaries, and Biden was riding around that same period. This is the thing. The party that's been screaming "no threat to democracy" for the last 8 years, they are the ones who twice now have thwarted democracy within their own party. A honest election in 2016 would have been a Bernie versus Trump. An honest election in 2020... An honest election in 2020 would have been Andrew Yang or Tulsi versus Trump. But you keep shitting on your own party's base and then are surprised when, well, we have an establishment partisan and a populist. Unfortunately, I wish there was a left-wing populist I could vote for, but in absence of a left-wing populist, a right-wing populist will have to do. That's my thought process.
I don't understand why they keep saying democracy because we were founded as a republic, though.
A democratic republic, but it's democracy in principle that they're trying to simp for, and this is the thing. In no world that makes any sense at all would democracy and populism be at odds, because the word demos, which is the Greek word from which democracy derives, and the word populist, which is the Latin equivalent, are the same word in two different languages. If you are allegedly in favor of democracy, but you are not a populist, you are telling me that you are lying or that you are stupid.
Let me get a comment or two here. Vincent saying she can't win now numerically. She had to get Michigan, Wisconsin, and PA. Trump only needed one. Yeah, that was a while back. NBC is also in trouble, says Marani, with the FCC because they broke the law about equal time for candidates, with Harris appearing on the show before the election.
Well, they are and they aren't. I'll just say that probably that's not going to go anywhere because the FCC is made up of quote unquote a bipartisan set of commissioners, but it's 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans. So,
okay. Thank you. By the way, Cartoon says Englentine, Trump won the population vote. What the entertainment executive is going to do with the woke beta cucks because this talking point is dead? No, it isn't. No, we're popular. We are the popular right. Oh, excuse me. I don't think you're going to see the death of DI in media entertainment. It might slow down, but it's still going to be there. They're going to fight us on this.
Well, we're going to get a whole new round of apocalyptic shows and stories.
Of course.
So that'll be great.
I mean, it all depends what's going on with Gina Carano and Disney. You might see that slowing down more.
Okay, so let's see. EDK is saying Losers, good movie. I particularly like anything.
I like the Born
Jeffrey
Loser.
Dean Morgan in it.
Billy Jack.
Billy Jack. That was a good one as well.
I was actually watching a Zoe Saldana show today to try and take my mind off of.
There you go. Well, thank you for reminding us of that awesome movie there, EDK. Well, DC films can be good.
I was going to say, has anybody else watched Lionesses?
No,
Lioness.
I haven't.
You want to see Animal Planet again?
It's on Paramount Plus. It's actually a Tyler Sheridan, Yellowstone guy.
I've been rewatching Agatha again. That's
Austin, hold on, guys. Austin is saying, well,
Agatha was good.
Dude. Austin is saying, well, looky who we have here, Mr. Doom and Gloom himself, Englentine the donkey. Really, you got to go there? Wait,
hold on, no, wait. You assume that he does it to the donkeys. The donkeys probably gang up on him. He's the victim.
Thank you.
They back up into him.
Yeah. I think, and Vincent said, I think you're missing what the vote gave us as answers. The economy, the majority of the population incorrectly think Trump is going to fix the economy. He did it last time.
He did it in 2016 after Obama.
I don't think I don't think they're incorrect on that assumption.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder that a world in which groceries have doubled, tripled, and quadrupled that Trump won? The businessman won on the economy. Who could have guessed? Oh, wait, everyone, because this was obvious. That's exactly why you should have offered a meaningful alternative, but instead...
For 4 years, while Trump was in office, gas was down to like $1.29 by me.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, too, one other thing, though, talking about that is at least the exit poll showed that abortion was not, this driving issue the way that the media tried to make it out to be. That being said, again, one thing the Republicans can't do is overplay their hand. So many of the pro-life activists kind of thought their job was done after the Dobbs decision, and we've seen that pretty much. Actually, I think Florida might have been the first state where finally a abortion constitutional amendment in the state didn't pass. So there's still a lot of working on, touching people's hearts and convincing them the old-fashioned way still needs to be done. But thankfully on that, I just wanted to throw out, as my voice is already starting to go, so I might jump off here shortly. I did hear an interesting theory regarding Harris and Biden, in that it was really Biden because he got forced out. If you remember how quickly after he said, "Hey, I've decided not to run," and that very next tweet was, "Oh, and Kamala's got it." So some people are speculating that actually that was Biden kind of screwing over the Dems by throwing that out there and forcing him to accept Kamala.
I don't think he's complimentous enough to screw them.
It might have been the Tim Walz saying, "I'm friends with school shooters."
Well, there's a lot of little things, but I mean, in terms of why Kamala wound up being the candidate, because I know that there's enough things out there that I tend to believe that Obama wanted to have an open convention.
They should have done that.
They should have. Okay, hold on. Just give a voice to the opposition here. Vincent says, no, it's not a surprise. That's my point. It's not Harris. It's the party in power. England's party mascot should be half man, half donkey. If only that could exist, sir. Seriously. Let's see. Incorrectly, what can we have the left half be donkey and the right half be man?
Well, the other part with
incorrectly was in parentheses because that was in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of figured that, Vincent.
The other thing
no worries.
So the other thing is that the gamers are upset with Walls. The gamers are upset with Walls because he was pretending playing Call of Duty with an Xbox controller that wasn't even turned on.
Well, and there was also playing Madden 25 with AOC. But no, I was going to say, Republicans need to get rid of the elephant, and our new mascot should be a squirrel. So,
exactly.
I mean, yeah. Hey, I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to head out because it's after 3 here.
After 3 here, yeah.
Yeah, a couple things that I don't think helped, and I don't know how much it got out. A quote from Tim Walz: "One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness," and the hints they dropped about, well, maybe social media shouldn't have the freedom to not have the regulations that a network has. Elon Musk needs to be stopped. Those are things that do scare people. And the other thing I was going to say, it might have been a good night for Republicans, but boy, is it a bad night for ex-athletes because Steve Garvey and Royce White got crushed.
Yeah, but their chances of winning were
I know, but boy, did they get buried.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't know who either of those people are.
Well, unfortunately, one of them lost to Adam Schiff, who is, like I said, if a ferret could assume human form, it's Adam Schiff, and Garvey got crushed by him. Anyway, guys, it was a wonderful evening. You guys, now you guys can go back to talking over each other, and I'm going to bed.
Yes, of course. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one,
Eric. So yeah, I'm gonna take that my cue too. I'm gonna bow out here. But yeah, good talking to you guys again. Hopefully I'll be back sometime soon.
All righty. You take care, man. Be safe. Let's see. Rhaegar saying, guys, do you think the Democrats were trying to lose this election on purpose? No. I don't think the Democrats would willingly give up any kind of power like this. Stand back now that Trump is in power. Everything's going to be fixed on day one. I don't think anybody expects that. I do think that we're going to be hit with a couple of executive orders, maybe return to remain in Mexico, things like that.
The first thing is going to be, fuck you, Ukraine.
I think actually one of the first things he should do is get the pipeline going again.
Yeah.
I'd say pardon the January Sixers, do the victory lap.
That would be nice. Yeah. They didn't even get a freaking defense. What a kangaroo freaking court that was. Let's see. Also, we know Tim Walz is not a gamer. So will the Democrats step down peacefully? According to them, no. According to them, they're going to do exactly what they accused Donald Trump of doing. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Have you seen there's some scuttlebutt among the Democrats that they're going to go the Russia angle again.
We'll see. History shows socialism doesn't work. Read the books. Says is that S or S? Okay. Dark Admiral, I guess, had to go. Be safe. Hello to Hot Chips saying LMAO. By the way, anybody who wants to jump on and have their voice heard, whether you agree or disagree, are welcome to. This has been that kind of night. I do have a couple of rules, and one of them that will get you booted and blocked very fucking quick is absolutely zero slurs are allowed. That is, I've actually had to boot somebody I like because they did that. So
We require that you also speak English because we can't understand you if you don't speak English.
That is a good, that is a good thing too. Gamers don't care about walls, man. Okay, where is the? I put the
Like, it was funny because one of the guys who worked on the audio and stuff, for like the Halo games came out the other day. And he was like, yeah, I normally wouldn't say anything, and no one's really gonna care because I'm not the hugest celebrity, but like, he's like, go Trump. It was just like,
right.
that was funny.
Let's see what we got. Also, Iran needs to stop with the nuke threat, says MK.
So that's
I'm wondering how that will pay out. I really am.
Like I said, I get a feeling Trump's going to bring our troops home. He's going to secure our border. We're going to start putting the tariffs. Everything he did back in 2016, he's going to return back to that again. And the whole 25, no, that was never Trump's thing. That was
he's always said he doesn't want to do it and has nothing to do with it. Over and over again. He's been consistent on it.
So we're going to start drilling our own oil again. So, and like I said, we're not going to be depending on Middle East oil. We'll still help out Israel, but first we're going to make sure our country is secure first, take care of our people first.
Okay, one of the reasons why I stopped watching mainstream media is because there's too many times where not just Donald Trump, but anybody would say, well, I like strawberries, and MSNBC or CNN or Fox would go, what they're really trying to say is they hate strawberries. Wait,
or they hate vanilla or something. Yeah.
Point being is that,
no, they clip it.
Let me finish what I was saying. Because what they have always done is they will take what people say and they will either flat out lie or they will put their own spin on it rather than react to and talk about what was actually said. And many, many times, I am for IVF. I want nothing to do with the Project 2025. And every freaking outlet, his Project 2020, it's not his. Never was. But
he explicitly said, I don't like it and I don't want anything to do with it multiple times.
They're just going to clip you because you said, well, I like strawberries. They're going to go, well, strawberries.
Now,
make it sound like you hate strawberries. They're going to edit it.
Yeah, cue the Kathy Griffin. So what you're saying is...
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. And I would like this very much to be appreciated. Imagine how you would feel if Kamala Harris won tonight. Imagine that pit.
I wouldn't be buying comic books anymore.
Okay, so imagine how scared of the future, how worrisome, if not frightful, how worrisome you would be towards the future, and understand that we do have a friend in the chat who is feeling that right now because Trump won, and I know it's pretty rough. So yeah, I once again I wish you luck, Vincent. And I hope you feel. I hope everything turns out. I hope everything turns out, and I hope you're receptive to anything he does good. I hope you don't turn your heart off to him just because he's Trump, just because he's got an R instead of a D by his name.
Don't get me wrong, Vincent. I wish there was a left-wing candidate I could have supported. I wish they had run Tulsi or Yang or Ro Khanna or somebody like that, or Cornel West for that matter. But they didn't.
Vincent, I would say if you get a chance, I would wear a MAGA hat to your party's rally and see how they treat you, versus wearing a Harris hat walking into a Trump rally and see how they treat you.
Right, but
because that might open your eyes more than anything we say tonight.
Okay, but even I can sympathize, I think, with Vincent the most because I am ostensibly, at least, a lefty. I'm a very libertarian lefty, but I'm still a lefty. And the thing is, and this is where I'm at with it, they didn't run a leftist who was a populist. They didn't run a leftist who was libertarian. They ran a soulless neoliberal establishment shill. And whether you're a neolib or a neocon, the establishment is long past its sell-by date. It's long past its point of being useful. So if I have no populists on the left and only populists on the right, as a person who prides himself on his populism and his libertarianism, small l, the issue is a no-brainer, because one of these people was coronated by the establishment, and one of these people is a wrecking ball to the establishment. I hate the establishment more than I'm opposed to voting right wing, as and when I need to.
Yeah. There you go. Let's see. Goodbye, Democrats. No, they're still here. Vincent, I was talking to a pretty girl at the bar. She was like, "Go Trump." We had quite a bit of alcohol, says Rhaegar. I think he would have had quite a bit of alcohol, even if she wasn't there. Austin says, I never actively watched mainstream media. I would occasionally see it at the gym, and my junior high teachers parroting it. By the time I got into politics, I already became a Trump supporter, says Austin. One of the things that, like I said, after you watch and you hear them say, well, what they really meant was, I didn't want to know. It's the same thing happened to me in philosophy. I took a philosophy class in college when I was younger, when I did go to college. And it occurred to me that by reading the philosophers, I was learning what they thought about the world instead of learning what I thought about the world. So I did it backwards. I dropped the class, spent a few years learning what I thought about the world, and then I started reading philosophy to find out who agreed with me instead of me agreeing with them. And that's how I approach the media as well. Watching them, and they're telling me what they think this person said. That I'm going to go and find out what that person actually said. Now go on ahead, Dalton. You're bursting at the freaking seams. Say it.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I didn't have anything.
Wow, that's the way to get him to shut up. Tell him to talk. Okay.
I was reading the chat. Sorry, I was distracted.
Okay. Let's see. We have Tim always runs. Tim Pool is pretty decent most of the time. Pad Financial says, liberal tears, so salty. MK is saying libertarian lefty. That's something you don't hear every day. Dalton is unique. I always figured Dalton was a traditional liberal like JFK. Cartoons and comics saying, Vincent, you think you will have a win with the Cheney Jr. on the government? We would have had World War III because of the warmongers. And Sierra saying the Democrats lost edge when they were advocating harmony therapy for kids, transgender, and drag time story hour for preschool kids.
Harmony, eHarmony, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me reading. Yes.
Need more harmony.
I just never heard a hormone. I cannot confirm or deny this is Rhaegar. Night, everyone. I'm going to have a good night, cartoons. Take care. Be safe. Vincent says, I'm okay. Been here, done this before and survived. Trump will be worse than you expect and better than I expect. Probably so. At this point in time, he is nobody actually believes he's Jesus or anything, but people are propping him up to be kind of a messiah figure. And he is just a man, and he does have flaws. And
he's being moved by the Holy Spirit. I'll just say that.
I do think that he has a better team this time around, because before, with people like Pence, he was trying to kind of give an olive branch to the like evangelicons and the tradcons and so forth, and I think that's largely part of what screwed him in 2016 through 2020. Whereas after all the lawfare and the assassination attempts and the demonization left, right, and center, I think he realized that I'm not going to get what I need to get by playing nice. I just need to take a wrecking ball to the establishment. And people like Vance and people like Rand Paul and people like Elon Musk, I think, will be better at helping him do that than the olive branches to the neocons that he was giving last time.
He didn't
know last time. Can we say goodnight to Vincent? He's back. So have a good night, Vincent. Take care. Be safe.
Yeah, he didn't know in the last election how nasty the swamp
was. How much they hated him.
Yeah. Well, how infected, corrupted it was. So at this time, he had a better idea. That's why he brought the lawyers.
According to his own, what was it, the Rogan interview, where he was talking about when he came in, he was trusting the people around him to give him good advisors. But they were swamp people who were inviting more swamp people in. And that's why he was firing them left and right. Austin is asking, how does this affect the auctions? We will see. I mean, obviously, if you guys remember the older ones, I was able to get a lot more Bronze Age. I was able to get a lot more Silver Age, even in some cases. So if you guys are able to buy, I'm able to spend more on books to sell, and so forth and so on. That's how it works.
So that's the thing.
Benefits everyone for money to be worth something again.
So, if you remember last time when he won 2016, he returned the steel back to our country. As far as that, he put tariffs on anybody who basically wants to put jobs outside the United States. He made it tougher for companies to do that. He wanted America first, and like I said, we were drilling our own oil, we were fracking. We weren't depending on foreign oil that set the price for us. We weren't giving money away. We made NATO pay their fair share, and we weren't donating like $1 billion or more every freaking week to Ukraine. It's like I said, by opening up the drilling, it creates more jobs. All the steel mills, we're back to that create all more jobs, and so we have more money. Obviously, we're gonna have more money for E too as well. So more jobs,
let's
more
hope.
Money.
Let's hope, but we'll
more
see.
people buying.
We'll see.
And with Elon now in control, Elon's gonna be draining the swamp.
Yeah, the Elon Musk branded Department of Governmental Efficiency is a based thing entirely. Weaponize that autism, Elon. You're doing a service to your country.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Weapons grade autism for everyone. I swear to God.
RFK's food reforms, getting rid of the processed food.
So Scott Snyder, by the way, I just saw this pop up 21 hours ago. I know I'm just a comic writer, but anyone reading my stuff, please consider voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz today. All righty.
Considered and rejected, sir.
2 hours ago, Elon Musk tweeted, "You are the media now." K Neon, for those of you who know, what are they called? Clownfish. Unsolicited advice for Democrats, calling more than half of America bigots, fascists, and Nazis is a big part of the reason why you lost. Knock that shit off. Figure out how to win back middle America since you lost the plot.
This should be obvious
Trump,
why
let
it's
me
not.
know. I want to follow you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a parody account. Okay. Donald Trump wins U.S. presidency for the second time is on there. Oh, Ed, my friend. You know what? No, fuck that. I don't know what he's about to say, but this guy's such a freaking idiot. I want to share this just because it might be good and juicy. So let's see what we're getting here. It's become more evident that Trump will win. America spoke. I may not like the outcome, but what America is about is democracy is what the most important thing is. Oh my God, she said something nice, because usually he's a dumbass. Donald Trump crowed very loudly about being able to win New Jersey. Kamala Harris just won New Jersey. And by the way, if y'all haven't noticed, Chrononaut has been following. He's not buying this Trump won shit yet. Because he's fallen. He's making sure before calling it.
Yeah. So do you look at Elon Musk's tweet from 2 hours ago? Remember when he carried the sink into the Twitter? He's carrying the sink into the Oval Office.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And he says, "Let that sink in." I love it.
Let's see. The kid that what's his name? Julia Stiles.
Guess what? Alex Jones and InfoWars are now going to have a fair shake.
Hey, Melissa Luster's in the house. Hello. Yeah. They squeak, he says.
So that's
what were we saying?
Like I said, a win for Trump winning means that InfoWars will no longer be persecuted. Alex Jones?
We can hope.
Yeah, I know. Prosecuted, he already is, but persecuted, hopefully. I think they still will be. Look, we still have CNN. We still have MSNBC, and they're still going to be lies. Remember, Trump is going to be a Nazi for the next 4 years, the same he was in his first 4 years.
The last time, yeah.
The Democrats, be they in office or just the news, are going to make it so the same people don't trust Donald Trump. They're going to be the same. Nothing's going to change from them. They're not going to change their attitude towards Trump just because he won president.
The establishment Republicans aren't any better. There are certainly Fox News contributors who hate Trump's guts, for example. It's less of a partisan issue and more of a, as I've often said, the part of the political compass that matters is not the horizontal axis; it's the vertical one. i.e., it doesn't matter how left-wing you are or right-wing you are. It matters how libertarian or authoritarian you are.
Now, Crononaut is now saying, look on the plus side, CNN, MSNBC, CBS will have their base back and force making money selling anti-Trump products.
You know,
Hey, Cinema Quarks, what's up, man?
I'm just
go ahead.
glad because I don't have to listen to Kamala Harris talk tonight. She chose go to bed because she was tired. She's been drinking all night.
Probably so. Now,
Yeah, I'm sure it
Cinema
started
Quarks-
as celebratory drinking and then started becoming grief drinking.
No,
Jimmy Quirks is Jimmy Quirks up here, and hello to him as well. It's been a while. There, and he's probably right on this. They're going to start targeting JD Vance because Trump is no longer the threat. I mean, he can't run again. This is it. Whatever he gets done is what he gets done, and this will truly be his legacy.
Did you hear about that in Pennsylvania? Like a whole bunch of Amish people voted.
I know, right?
Yeah, I was proud of my home state for once.
I mean, they were. Can you imagine? They farm, so imagine their costs have gone up, even though they're like not really like using
On the grid.
Yeah, on the grid. It's like living on the grid was so bad with Kamala, you had to go for Trump. That's awesome.
And as well, she should, bad comic reviews, because she was one of the few politicians on this planet less likable than Hillary, and wouldn't you know it, choosing to lionize the establishment insiders of politics over their own bases backfired on them a second time. And probably a third time if it weren't for all of the Time Magazine branded fortifications. Ahem.
Trump smiling at Trump posing with his hand on his elbow on the desk, his hand on his face. He's smiling, taking a photo at his table during the dinner earlier.
Jimmy Quirks, look at the top of the chat. I've got the invite right up there. Anybody who wants to come in and have their voice heard is welcome to. Yeah, I got it pinned. Yeah. So yeah, anybody, if you disagree, even come on in. We're going to be polite. I insist you be polite. And once again, no slurs. But yeah, by all means, if you want to have your voice heard.
That's right, Raker. You can't come on. You're drunk.
Yep.
Here's the good news, you black cat, because the worst that will happen to Mark Hamill is if he has his one bad day, we might get an IRL Joker. Lol.
There you go.
Also, can we now go round up all the people that said they're Trump when they're going to Canada? Let's take all of them and let's put them to Canada.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Jimmy, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
I know, right?
It has been a minute, yeah.
Well, hold on. It's not Wednesday night. It's Tuesday night, Jimmy.
What?
What's going on, man?
This isn't Mad Men in the Box. Why are you jumping on?
Oh, yeah, I know. Because I have the day off.
No, we have more. If this was Madman in the Box, there wouldn't be 31 people watching.
Oh.
Sorry, man. I had to go there.
That's good.
Okay, so what do we got? Austin saying my own state of Utah had the same results it's had since 70s. All of the country's counties are red except Salt Lake, where all the migrants and Californians are settled. But once again, the pinned invite is on the top. If you want to have your voice heard, come on in and say a few words. Even if you disagree, you're welcome. We will be respectful. We do insist that you are respectful as well, and I will tolerate zero slurs.
Can we get Ricky Gervais back hosting the Oscars now that we have Trump in office?
Yeah, I know, right? So
Golden Globes.
So Jimmy, what do you think? Were you supporting Trump? You a Kamala supporter? What's up?
Oh, I knew it was going to be Trump. I did go down and vote for him, specifically because I was a RFK supporter. I wanted him more than anything. And just like the rest of RFK's family, anytime he spoke, man, it just inspired me. That's why I voted for him. I wanted to vote for him. And then he obviously went to Trump. Then I voted for Trump because he was going to definitely be in office if Trump won. Now that Trump won, all right, Trump, they're not, tomorrow they're not going to care. They're just going to say anyone would have beat Harris. She was a bad candidate. That's all they're going to say. But
Which is correct, but they should have been saying it the whole time. That's why there should have been a primary.
No. I mean, I agree, but at the same time, they weren't going to say that because, of course, they want power. But now they're going to shift focus to 3 people. It's going to be JD Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Because obviously JD Vance is going to be the primary for the next Republicans. He's going to be the guy leading the way.
The heir apparent. Yeah,
exactly. Now it's down between Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek. And those 2 are going to be his VP. And either one are going to be great candidates. Preferably, I don't even have a prefer. Either one's going to be great for me. I like them both. But they're going to shift focus into being, all right, this is what JD's doing. He's going to be the next Hitler. Ramaswamy supporting him. Yeah, it's going to be all that because now they're the new threat. Trump's out of office out of this, so they don't care.
Honestly, I would like to see Tulsi as VP next time because I've been supporting Tulsi since, the 2020 primaries. But honestly, like you said, I don't think there's a bad apple in that bunch, whether it's Vivek or whether it's Tulsi. I would prefer Tulsi because she has well and truly showed herself to be a very good politician, and it would honestly be nice if she was JD's heir apparent, so that we could actually have a woman in office that deserved to win the presidency.
So I don't think that matters.
Hold on, Jimmy. I've got a question here. Being from Florida myself, do you guys think that Ron DeSantis destroyed his chances with his bad campaign, or do you think now that Trump's out of the way, there's a clear field for him? Maybe. I mean, not clear field because obviously JD Vance has kicked all sorts of ass this election cycle, and of
he
course
kneecapped himself. I think if he had been smart enough to stay the fuck out of it, he could have been the VP and then the heir apparent himself.
See, actually, that's what me and Gail have been saying. I think that's what me and Gail have been saying, that he messed up by going after Trump. Just let Trump do his thing. Let him have this 4 years, and then you come in at 2028.
It reminds me of the Dark Knight scene where the Joker sets all the money on fire. That's literally what DeSantis did to his political career, which is set the entire thing on fire and dance in the light of his burning bridges.
It was not his campaign. His campaign was fine. He was actually doing pretty good. It was his mouth going against Trump. It was the people that he had surrounding him going, the only chance you have of getting presidency power is if you go after Trump. And guess what? He fell for it, and then obviously it didn't work out for him. So
but
now,
literally, the only sensible option was to stay out of it and try to ride Trump's coattails. That was the only sensible option for him.
I'll tell you this. I think, and I would love to see this, I don't want to see another Republican primary where they're going after each other. If you have different ideas, yeah, sure, tell them. But don't talk about how the other guy sucks. We don't need to hear that. Like when I saw the debate and it was all of them, Trump didn't show up. All I could think of is any one of you would be better than Biden. So why are you going after each other like y'all suck? Go after each other like, okay, this is how I would handle Biden. This is how I would. That is a very important message. Okay, please give equal time to everyone on the panel. Let RDV speak. I did.
No.
Once a long, long time ago. RDV, what do you have to say?
2 things. Going back to 20 minutes ago when Melania was talking about how the squirrel tipped the balance.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing is that I'm not worried about them going after JD Vance. JD Vance proved how smart he was in that debate. And when they tried to fact check him, and he fact checked them right back, explained everything how they're wrong. He's got a little bit of Trump's fuck you in him. I'm not worried about him being bullied or being intimidated.
I think he has even more of Trump chutzpah in him because he's very good about very good about the internet game, the meme game.
Yes, and he's a veteran too, and he's also got Tulsi Gabbard can also be his running mate.
And I mean, there's another factor which we haven't really touched on that I'm so glad is true with JD as the VP. He's a guy who's young. He's in his early 40s. And that is very important because it is absolutely absurd to me that only 4% of serving politicians are 40 or younger.
Just like Clinton. He's got that Clinton vibe to him. When Clinton was running, he was that young politician who was good looking and all that. And now we have that, and he's a Republican, and he's just a suave person. Anytime he talks, you know what? You can't get something past him too. He's not just a Republican. He's smart. He's very smart.
Yeah, and honestly, it's ridiculous that this is so rare among like well-established politicians. The fact that most of the people in positions of power in this country are late 70s through their late 80s. That's so goddamn ridiculous.
Now, I did put a poll up. Did Peanut and his raccoon brother tip the scales? Yes or no? Go on ahead. It's just a fun poll. Also, pinned to the top is an invitation if anybody wants to step in and have their voice heard or be talked over like we're doing to each other. So,
actually, no. Hey, I'll just say this.
Go ahead.
Right now, it's between Jimmy and Dalton. They're playing.
It really is.
They're playing Pong down there.
I know, right? And you and I are just like,
sorry.
It's my channel, and they're talking. Yeah, I know, right?
We're more
if
like
you wanted to say something, you could have said something already. You know it.
I know that.
I mean, I'm being nice. I can mute all three of you.
You can't do that to me anymore. I mean, you can mute me, but I can unmute it. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Austin say, I'm liking Vance even more than Trump. Seriously, go read Hillbilly. I saw the movie. I think that was what they were trying to do when they inserted Harris, trying to get someone younger, and then Trump parried with Vance.
No,
I think JD Vance really became a superstar in this campaign.
So with the whole,
I think he did, yeah.
And
Harris wasn't really even that younger. She was 59, for God's sake.
Dalton, yeah, that's true. She is not. She's older than me. Go on ahead, RDV. Your floor.
It's funny as I don't want the floor. I want the cot, bro. What the hell? No, the whole thing with Harris, like they said, them choosing Harris, they realized that Joe as a puppet was no longer useful. He couldn't even wipe his own butt anymore, and he was getting to the point where he's going to end up like what's his name, Carter, who couldn't even like stay awake.
Weekend at Bernie's politics edition.
So they
or Reagan.
So Kamala Harris, they were hoping, because they had no other candidate they could go up against Trump. They were hoping that the whole woman thing, be the first woman, because that's what they did with Obama, be the first black man. They're hoping that'd be their Hail Mary, even though they had nothing else to run on.
It worked with Obama because Obama was likable.
And like you said, Soros is like, I need another puppet. Let's get this dumb bitch who basically slept her way in office.
Yeah. Okay. So I do want to address a couple of things in the comment here, especially Carlos Pina, who is saying drill, baby, drill, which I am totally A-okay with. One thing that I think a lot of people disregard is we're still selling land. We're not allowed to drill, but we're still selling land to China so they could drill. And so is Afghanistan. So you ever see the There Will Be Blood where he's talking about, I went over to yours. And that's what they do. They don't just tap theirs. Yeah, they don't just tap their milkshakes. They build those pipes to go into our milkshake. It's time we drilled our own oil. Plus, go to Anwar, go to Alaska, start doing that. That way, if a drill breaks, it doesn't cause the oceanic damage that they have been doing. I mean, granted, it heals itself. The world is a remarkable place. It heals itself. And ecology, right? What's the word I'm looking for?
Ecologically is the word you're looking for.
Okay, thank you. Ecological miracles happen with these things. Like if you go to the garbage island that everybody was complaining about for so long, there are actually fish now swimming around that who feed on that garbage. It created its own world. Oh. It is exact. The world is a remarkable place. It will live on. We might go away, but it will live on. But we need to get the oil out of the. Hold on one second. We need to get the oil out of the ocean and onto land in Anwar, where miles and miles away from everything. Go on ahead, Jimmy.
I'm just all right. Screw all the politics. Who cares? I'm just happy our gas prices are going to go down because when gas, for the most part, when gas prices go down, more money gets into the pockets of the American people, which means they can spend more on groceries, they can spend more on the economy, they can spend everything revolves around the oil and gas. So now that we're going to be making our own, we're gonna be set up for financial. I want to say freedom for the next 4 years, 3 years. I'll say 3, just because it might take a year. But dude, it's going to be a lot nicer. I remember when I had a job which I did not make a lot of money at, but because gas was in the $1 range, I was able to afford to live off of that job and continue to do whatever I want because gas was, as soon as gas prices hit over $3.
I remember.
I had to
Jimmy,
quit that job.
About
I had to quit that job
Let
and
Jimmy
move
finish
somewhere
what you're
else. I had to quit that job, move somewhere else, get a different job. It was, dude, these past couple years have been absolutely like a train wreck for me, except for recently now that I got a better paying job. But now that gas prices are going to go down, I'm going to be able to save. I'm going to be able to afford an apartment. I'm going to be set now.
Well,
Before
on the positive note, you got to quit Mad Men in the Box for a while.
Before we move
so
on from energy to talk about cost of living, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Can we talk
Dude,
about
I'm
the
losing
one word?
weight.
Can we talk about the one word that nobody wants to bring up with regards to energy?
Whoa, hold on. You will not get my channel banished. You do not say that word. I don't even allow black people to say that word on this channel.
Ahem. Nuclear.
Oh, nuclear. Okay, that's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because
Just kidding.
obviously we should be tapping whatever fossil fuel resources we have. It's stupid not to. But we also can actually do other forms of energy, like nuclear, that can actually be sustainable, unlike most of the allegedly green power sources. And it's stupid of us not to make use of nuclear power. I know we're all afraid because, Chernobyl happened because of communist incompetence, and we're all afraid because someone was stupid enough to put a nuclear power station on an island that's likely to be hit by tsunamis. But that's literally what you have to do to screw up nuclear, especially now because nuclear has become tremendously safe. You literally would have to screw it up with communist levels of incompetence and
On
or
purpose.
natural disasters in order to screw it up.
Let me follow up with something real quick. Just a hello to everybody. We've got 34 people. Some people have jumped in late. The title is what it is because I did an election I was following the results, and it got to a point where it was just flatlined, and I threw a freaking temper tantrum. Stop! I couldn't believe it. I thought they were going to run the steal again, and it was going to be freaking garbage. I was expecting to go to sleep, wake up, and find President Harris, even though Trump was leading everywhere, because we saw that in 2020. And so I was absolutely wrong. I'm very happy to be wrong. And that's why we're doing this, just talking about what we have and what we're hoping for. And if you have something that you want to say, the link is at the top. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Come on in. My only rules are just don't say any slurs or anything like that. You will be talked over. That's what we do. But yeah, come on in. We'll treat you with respect. If you disagree, we just ask the same thing. And
yeah, Ash from Ash on Comics, get in here. And England Scene, I do want to say one thing. I want to apologize. I want to apologize. Yeah, as usual. Shut up.
Fighting action?
No, last time I was on.
Thank you.
Last time I was on your channel, I did a couple of gay jokes, and they did not land. And so, yeah, it obviously, I'm a comedian, so if I do something that's wrong and they don't land, I should probably say, "Oops, my bad." Well, so that's my bad.
Jokes are jokes, and everybody here are adults, and they should understand jokes are jokes. But I just do not like the use, like, do not say the F word for gay. Definitely don't say the N word, because that seems to be the one word in the English language nobody could say. Don't say Jimmy. That is a slur, and I will not. That's my
name.
All right. James.
So anyway,
what you should do is what that comedian did at the rally earlier, and just basically say, "Attention, warning! Jokes sometimes include sarcasm."
Oh yeah, Jeff Dye. Yeah, Jeff Dye's great.
That was awesome. I love
That
that.
was funny as hell to me. I look
You
forward to the
can't be
view.
funny without
Says
risking
MK.
offending people. It just can't
Hold
be
on.
done.
MK saying, I look forward to the view. Haha, you know you'll be able to taste the salt. I can't wait. I would love to do a couple of EFAPs watching these ladies, and that's the only time anyone is going to use the word FAP with the view. So there you go.
FAP's view. Oh, great.
Spaced Out is saying, so we're no longer cooked. I hope not. Look, we have no idea what the future brings. We just know that right now there seems to be hope. With Donald Trump winning the election, there is now hope. And that's something we didn't have much of with Kamala or with Joe Biden. I put this to any of you guys who are listening in, who are leftist, who are left. If you're leftist, yeah, come on in. If you're liberal, I put this to you. Were you really for Kamala or were you just against Trump? It seemed like no one had any hope. Now they do. We have lived under, and this is for anybody, we have lived under a Trump presidency. And as a poor person, I can say it was a lot easier. It was a lot better. It was just, I have lived my life in the gig economy. And it was so much easier and so much better under Trump than it had been under Biden and Harris, as it had been under Obama and Biden. Even George Bush, and who was it again? No, I know. Even that was the Trump years. Those 3 good years were so much easier than the 15 that surrounded it. So I know what it's like just to see this and have hope. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen because this is not 2016 Trump. This is 2024 Trump. It's a different animal. It's a different time. We had to go through COVID. It's all different. So we have no idea what's going to happen. My fingers crossed.
Trump's going to create a new holiday, Deportation Day.
I'll tell you what, he should create a new holiday called Election Day.
Why isn't that a national holiday?
No,
I know, right?
He's going to have.
I was talking about that with my friend today.
Illegal Deportation Day. That's going to be a new holiday. It's going to be in the textbooks for when Trump got rid of all the illegals in the country.
What can we expect to happen in about a year from now, says Spaced Out? Well, he said straight up that he's going to put out a few executive orders. That's what he meant by he was going to be a dictator. Because a lot of recently, there have been just a lot of people using executive orders to get through policy. Executive orders used to be for, well, I want the brown desk instead of the black desk. We need to make sure that number 2 pencils are being used in every office, that kind of stuff. But then for some reason, people thought, okay, well, let's use it on policy. And so it's a way to circumvent Congress rather than actually what they're originally meant for. And so I think he meant.
But the best part about Congress is they can override that.
Yeah, that is. Go on ahead, RDB.
I think what's going to actually end up happening in 2025, you're going to see Trump, once he takes office, he's going to end this whole war with the Middle East, what's going on right now. Because the last time Trump was in office, there was no wars because
there were no new wars.
No,
he'll at least undo Ukraine and the Russia thing. I think.
Listen, nobody was doing anything because they're afraid of the U.S., especially backing Israel.
Yeah, there were wars going on. There were just no new wars. And
new ones.
He kept the craziness.
You weren't involved in it, but I'm saying this time, like I said, you're going to see what's going on with Iran. Iran's going to step down because they no longer have a. They don't fear Trump because Trump actually means what he's going to do.
Especially with Trump, no new wars, But you were talking about Israel, Palestine, and all that.
Yeah.
When Trump was in office, he established something called the Abraham Accords, which they created peace in the Middle East until Biden got in and threw them out.
Yep.
He threw out the Abraham Accords, which were great. And now when Trump gets back in, he's going to probably, my guess, he's going to establish those again under a new name.
I'm more interested in China versus Taiwan and Ukraine versus Russia than I am in the Middle East.
Okay, let's hold on just a second. Let me announce that somebody brought it up. I think it was Rhaegar. brought it up. The scariest moment, the scariest time should not be for anyone, should not be when Trump gets into office. That's not the scary time. The scary time is now until Trump gets to office. How crazy is this world going to get knowing that when Trump comes into office, they don't know what the fuck's going to happen anymore?
How many more bullet dodges?
Yeah, hold on just a sec. You have heard the story about Trump with the terrorist. I forget who it was, but he calls him in. They're talking, and he shows him a picture of his house, and he says, "One American dies, I'm going to kill you." And then with Putin, he's talking to Putin, and he says, "You go into Ukraine, I'm going to bomb you." And Putin said, "No, you're not." He goes, "I might."
Al Baghdadi.
That keeps him
Yeah,
down.
it was the leader of ISIS. One of the leaders of ISIS, rather.
So we know that they're nervous about Trump being in office, but from now until Trump gets in office, we've got Sleepy Joe Biden, and he hasn't done anything except for what everybody's been telling him to. He signs what people tell him to. So
I'm going to disagree with you.
Well, you could be wrong. Go on. How?
No, I disagree. You said they don't know because they don't know what's going to happen when Trump gets in office.
Right.
They know exactly what's going to happen when Trump gets in office, and that's the scary part.
Yeah,
because they're gonna have to do a lot of things. They're gonna have to do a lot of things to subvert what Trump could do when he gets in office. As soon as Trump gets in office, this shit's gonna all fade away. And then, but before that, they're gonna escalate things. They're gonna try to push things to try to get more bill. Zelensky's gonna try to push to get more funding before Trump gets in office because he knows that's going to be shut down. You saw that picture with Trump and Zelensky after they had a conversation. Zelensky looked defeated.
Yeah. Okay, let me get some comments, guys.
Trump said no more hookers and cocaine for you.
And that's why I didn't vote for him. I'm just kidding. MK says, oh, wait, hold on. Rhaegar says, I literally thought England team turned up a bottle of Johnny Walker Green. Nope. Raspberry green leaf tea. I do not like the taste of alcohol. Anybody who watched a drunk stream knows I cannot chug alcohol. MK says I could see him ending the Russia and Ukraine, but the Middle East war between Iran and Israel, he'll just pause that war. It's been going on forever and ever. No way.
I agree with Ash, which doesn't happen often, but he should pardon the J6ers day one.
Well, I'll get down there. Bad Comic Review is quoting, it was actually Kim Jong told him, I have a button for nuclear, and he says mine's bigger. The aliens are gonna now have to wait to invade us because Trump is back, says Rhaegar. Ash is saying, "Oh, Trump's security better be good." Yeah, you remember what I said. I can't say it again here because I got demonetized, but just look up Jack Ruby. That's what I think might happen to Trump before he gets in office. Democrats are upset the man they accused of being a Nazi is going to stop sending your tax dollars to fund Nazis in Ukraine. Exactly. Trump is a loose cannon. Biden is asleep at the wheel, says Bad Comics. And Trump is the sequel to Reagan. I got to admit, I lived through Reagan. Reagan is my birth president. That's the one I really paid attention to. Well, actually, I paid attention to Jimmy Carter first and watched how my parents struggled and how America loved being Americans again when Reagan came in. What do you guys say there?
I'll just say I agree that Biden's asleep at the wheel. So Jesus took the wheel and gave it to Trump.
JFK is another good example, I think, for Trump. And it's unsurprising that both Reagan and JFK got assassination attempts just like Trump.
Prayers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm curious about the Diddy list, says MK. Release the Epstein list, says Ash.
No, he's gonna release. He said he's gonna release the JFK thing files.
Dalton and I agree more than I care to admit, says Ash. 2016, A New Hope. 2020, Empire Strikes Back. And 2024's Return of the Jedi, says. And of course, all right, I like that one, Jimmy. That's a good one. The God Emperor will protect us from the Tyrannid menace. I hope so. Sassy Southern girl saying, bye-bye, Kamala. You were wrong. Yes, she was.
Jamie, I saw that online. I saw that on Twitter. So
I think Trump might actually be better than Reagan. I think so, too. That was where I was going with what I was saying. I was kind of I paid attention to Jimmy Carter, saw how miserable everybody was. Reagan made Americans proud to be Americans, and it was easy to make a living under Reagan for the next 20 years. Even it was a good economy, good strong economy. But I actually believe Trump was better.
Here's a question for all of you, and including the chat. Like, I genuinely curious. Now that Vivek is going to be part of his council, same as Tulsi and RFK, what do you think is going to happen to the 3-letter agencies?
We can hope they'll all be shuttered because the FBI has not had a reason to exist since the mob went bust.
Okay, I don't see a reason to really take down the CIA. They operate overseas, and we need spies. I would like to see FBI, because I would like to see the IRS gone. They literally just hired 88,000 agents, and as it was pointed out so many times, there's not 88,000 billionaires. So they're coming after us.
I don't think they were hired. I think they were they were executive order, and then they were shut down either by the House or the Senate.
I'm looking forward to Elon's assistance in the Department of Government Efficiency that he called it, because again, Elon is a perfect example of weapons-grade weaponized autism, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
So basically,
I'm just looking forward to Trump being off the leash, because 2016 was him battling an uphill Sisyphean battle just to get anything done. But over the course of the last, 4 to 8 years, they have had to burn every last ounce of political capital and then some that they had. This and the administration that Trump has around him now, I think, is much better and much more aligned with his interests. So I'm curious what a Trump with no leash is going to look like, because they can't leash him anymore, basically.
Go on ahead, RDV, and then I'm going to take it.
To answer Jimmy's question, pretty much a lot of people are being fired, and they're going to have new people coming in, because that's what they need to do. That's what Reagan did. Reagan got rid of everyone. Obama did it too. Clinton did it. Why keep the people in there that screwed you over last time?
No.
Hold
on, Jimmy. Let me take this because I want to continue. I want to mention something. Trump actually addressed why he didn't get rid of everybody in the first place. Is he didn't know who everybody was. He's not a politician, and he was given bad recommendations. He wanted to get rid of the swamp. Instead, he brought him in. And then he started firing them one by one, and then they got used against him for the next. His chief of staff said this. Yeah, he fired him. It's a disgruntled employee. But the one thing that I absolutely do not understand is Democrats talking about the Department of Education. Everybody knows that people, and you can watch old movies to find out this. You can go watch old movies that have better dialogue, that have more eloquent words. The Father of the Bride is the only one that's coming straight to me right now. But you watch the opening of that versus the opening of the remake, where they're using $10 words to describe things that we would never do. Department of Education comes in the 70s. It's not even that old. And since then, all we've heard is kids are getting stupider and stupider and stupider and stupider. And it seems like it's become less like educating the kids, more like indoctrinating the kids. So I would absolutely love to see that one go, just flat out. I've got to step away, and I will be right back if you guys can take comments and among yourselves. I'll be
so what I was going to say is, like, RDV, to answer what you were saying is what, like, the reason, I don't know why. I mean, he might fire like everyone with the CIA or FBI, but my boss says this all the time because I work with like foster kids, so we get new foster kids in all the time. He says it's better to know it's better to have the devil you know than the devil you don't know. So that could be one reason why he doesn't, because he knows the devil. So now he could work around it.
Like I said, Clinton got rid of everyone that was not on his side. So obviously Trump has to go through them. Disbanding them would be done because they still do serve a purpose. We do have domestic terrorists in here, so he doesn't need the FBI, but he needs CIA, he needs people like that. So obviously the CIA and FBI are useful. It's just like any tool; they can be misused. But
Can be and have been.
yes. But it doesn't mean that Trump can actually disband and get rid of them because, like I said, like we need to weed out the people here. The people here are basically the communists, all this stuff, the terrorists. I hope anybody, the Antifas that start doing this, do start getting lengthy, prison terms.
Here's what Ash said, and I agree with it. He says the real problem is that a lot of people need to go to jail. But if Trump does this, he plays into their propaganda that they've been setting
and
up.
becomes a quote-unquote authoritarian, even though he isn't.
Exactly. But at the same time, who cares? He's got 4 years and then he's done forever.
And
someone has to dismantle it, and it's not going to be the left.
And all he has to do is enforce the bills, the laws, the current existing laws that are there. He's not doing red flag laws. He's, like I said, there's laws already in the books, have been there for years. Actually enforce them. So.
And then he goes on to say, disband the TSA. All right. See, now you're going too far. Okay, I think we need the TSA, Ash.
Like I said, there needs to be rule. We have laws that we have, but there are some laws, that should not be. It's probably are red flag laws in certain states, but like certain states should be, as far as the federal government should not be getting involved in state laws.
The FBI literally was only founded to thwart the mob, and the mob is basically a non-entity. I mean, you could make the argument that we swapped mobs for cartels, and that's a fair point, I guess.
Yeah, you
but
got the ATF,
and swap mobs for 3-letter agencies.
Yeah, but more to the point, the FBI was founded for a specific purpose under J. Edgar Hoover. That purpose has long since been done.
Yeah, that's what Vivek said, and you know what? I kind of agree with it.
So either give them a new purpose and don't just give them all this funny money to do with whatever they like, or disband it and replace it with a different agency which is going to serve a different purpose. For me, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the 3-letter agencies be replaced with Elon's proposed Department of Governmental Efficiency. Why the fuck hasn't that been a thing for centuries, let alone decades?
Because it's just like any other company. When a company gets exposed for doing something bad, what do? They go, "Oh, we're going to investigate this." And what happens? 99% of the time, we have
investigated and found that we did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
So,
but more to the point, that is definitely a case where you could replace agencies that no longer serve the purpose for which they were intended with something else that would be better handled at it. So and would be more modernized in the sense of being able to deal with the internet as a factor.
It would have to be private.
Remember, we have an audience also, RDV.
I've been trying to address the audience with Ash. TSA still serves a purpose, after 9/11, keeping people from putting bombs on, bringing on the planes. It still has a purpose, but some of this stuff, sure, if they're going over bounds, they should be held accountable. Like if they are discriminating people, but it's hard to tell who's being discriminated, who is just complaining or being discriminated. There's a lot of whiners.
The FDA is also the same thing, Ash. I don't think we can ever do without that because you need someone to oversee like food and drugs.
Spaced Out asked, do you think the cost of living will become much better? Judging by the last time Trump was in office, yes.
Most likely.
There is a good sign that, and if you notice, I'm not saying positive yeses and positive no's to anything because, once again, we don't know the future. But everything is pointing in that direction right now. I think one of the things that will point out and Spaced Out look for this. If you start seeing investors come back and they're investing in businesses, if they're actually putting money out there rather than holding on for an emergency, that's a good sign. They're futurists. They don't think about and spend their money, invest their money based on what's happening now. They base it on what they think is going to happen in the future. And a lot of times when they think a strong economy is coming in, they'll start investing a little bit more as well. So that's one thing you can look out for. I think so, because under Trump had a better economy. So yeah, I think once again, there's at least hope in the air again. And that's it. But that doesn't start until January 20th. It doesn't start today. It starts.
Well, Trump did say he would end the war while he's president-elect in the Ukraine.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. What do we got? Second term, Trump will be awesome. He doesn't need to be reelected, so he doesn't need to play politics, says Doug Johnson. And he can go a whole 4 years. Remember, COVID wiped out his last year of presidency.
This is true.
This time he's got full 4 years because he doesn't have to campaign. I mean, he probably will because he can't help himself. But
he likes doing it. That's the main thing there.
I love speaking in front of the crowd. So there you go. Let me scroll down a little bit because I am behind. Technical spamming is sending multiple messages before anyone else has a chance to, which I have not done. So I don't know what you're. I don't.
Is your plan to give something about? He's trying to wants us to talk about bad about Tim Pool. Or
who's
Tim
wanting to say? Why are we talking bad?
Hey guys, you should say this phrase. Something. Tim, I'm not going to repeat the word.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything somebody's telling me to say.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. If you want to be a part of the conversation, by all means. But yeah, quit telling us to say what we're stuff. It's not going to happen. If you're looking for something to cut out and make one of us sound like an idiot, I've got 8 years worth of live streams. I've said pretty much a lot of dumb shit. So feel free. If
you have, if you hate Tim Pool, that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna bash Tim Pool. I mean, but please don't spam the chat as far as saying Tim Pool sucks. Tim Pool sucks. If you start doing that,
if you think Tim Pool sucks, sure, but have a conversation about it.
I don't and how did that become relevant to this live stream that has nothing to do with Tim Pool?
Let me finish to interrupting me. I'd say as long as you're not saying that 20 times in the chats, if you're flooding the chat with the same message, then you'll be kicked.
And I will say, the only thing I have a problem with Tim Pool is that he's been flip-flopping the past 6 months. So I don't really know what his position was the past 6 months.
My only issue with the dude is that he pulls the Civil War card a few too many times. And by a few too many times, I mean he will not shut up about my Civil War.
My only problem with him is he's an Asian. Spaced Out says, I'm 19 and I am constantly worried about my future. Now, not so much. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm kidding about the Asian thing.
I'm not telling you to say it. I'm asking the chat to say it, but not here. I'm confused about it.
Okay, but here's something I'll be confused about. Why? That's the only question. Give a good reason why. Just asking. But hey,
just talk about Nutella and we'll like you better.
Connor, welcome to the chat. Please, by all means, feel free to join in and talk about what we're talking about or what the chat is talking about, because sometimes there's two different things. But there you go.
Three things. It's like I can't get a word in, and then
I know, right?
Yeah, and then when I finally do get a word in, you interrupt me and you start a new subject.
Go on ahead, RDV. Take the floor, RDV. You start off the next. Go on ahead.
All right, next conversation. Let's see here. Well, first of all, I want to say hello to Summer December, and also Connor. We're not picking on you. Don't feel like that. You know, we hate everyone here.
Yeah, sure. It's
pretty much. It's equal. Yeah. You know, Doug Johnson saying Doug Johnson saying.
Okay, you do yours, and then I'll go. Okay, go.
I was going to say Doug Johnson. Hello. I've never seen him before here because a lot of new faces tonight. I apologize if you've been here before and I don't recognize you. The letter D is popular, but I don't really see it here that much in a green font. But Doug Johnson saying rent probably won't go down and wages probably won't go up anytime soon. Not until about maybe July or August probably of next year.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll take a minute to undo the damage is the problem, but
yeah, there's not going to be an insta fix to anything, and anybody expecting it, like I'm pretty sure actually you'll find that they do this, the news and everything. They talk about the first 3 months, the first quarter that the new president's been in. And my guess is, since everything won't be magic wanded away, that the press is going to have a field day talking about the bad job Trump has done in the first 3 months. Go on ahead.
I was going to say this, it's not nice to make fun of the Harris people that lost the election.
I know, right?
They tried their best.
And also, as I was saying earlier, I like The Losers. It was a good movie. It's a fun movie. It didn't make a lot at the box office, but you know what? So a lot of good movies didn't make money at the box office. The Losers is one of them. It's awesome.
Yeah, you're preaching.
Yeah, that's a damn good movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's a lot of fun.
It's like a vigilante A-team movie starring Negan and Chris Evans.
Okay, that would explain why I haven't seen it. I'm not the biggest fan of action movies.
Let's see. Is that are you talking about? Do you think it's a smart thing for you to worry about your future because you're 19? It's a fucking awesome thing. I'm very much a person who, when I was starting, I have no plan. I had no plan, and here I am, 54, stuck in the gig economy, hoping YouTube will stop shadow banning me and share my videos out so I can make $1 or $2.
Hey,
I'm 29 and I still don't have anything figured out. Join the club, my dude.
ZHM, if you're going to try and troll us, I'm just going to say this. You staying here giving us watch time is actually helping us. We're monetized. We're making money off of you, bro.
I'll say this, and also, don't be a fucking coward. The link's in the tagged. Come on in. We're going to treat you.
Learn how to spell,
RDB, let me finish.
No.
Zim, click the link. Come on in. We'll treat you with respect. We'll hear what you have to say, but say something, because you're not saying anything right now. You're
Spell
not.
check, bro.
And if you do start trolling and try to get the stream deleted, we will boot you.
And all that's happening is you're giving me watch time. Thank you very much. It's right now are making me money.
It's 2024 and this idiot's making spelling errors. Dude, spell check's been around for 20 years now? Are you that retarded?
Are we seriously going to act like the internet doesn't operate by slightly different grammar rules than formal papers?
One more thing. I don't have to boot you. I've got 15 people in here with wrenches, and any one of them, if they get tired of you, can get you rid of you if we wanted to.
Guys, that's what he wants. Just move on. He wants attention.
Guys, welcome BCR. How you doing, sir?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, sir. Okay, what's up? BCR, have you been here before?
Once, a long time ago.
I was about to say, I recognize this, but, my memory, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
So when were you here and for what was it for, if you don't mind me asking?
Shit, it was like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. You had an open stream and I jumped on for a few minutes.
Oh, cool. Well, glad you did it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear him. I'm going to dip out and come back in and see if that helps.
So what do you have to say there, BCR?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that everybody hits the like button, shares this on their social media platforms, and subscribes if they haven't.
Thank you,
and then they should donate to you at your Ko-Fi link, which should be in the description and pinned.
I am horrible at that kind of thing, but you are. I just started this. I really am.
I am going to nag you into breaking that habit if I have to do it every time you stream.
It is true. Okay, so the rule.
So let me share this on to the chat.
So
here, but thank you.
Bad comic reviews. If you're going to join the chat, you have to give us what's the bad comic you're going to review today.
Wait, is that BCR bad comic reviews?
Yeah.
What do you think BCR standing for?
I'm such a fucking dumbass today. I swear to God. Yes, today. Shut up. All right, just today. But yeah, I am not at my best today.
The icon's even the same too, bro.
I didn't put Bad Comics Review together with BCR.
What does VHS stand for?
I'm trying to straighten out a pin, and I wasn't even paying attention. I don't know. I'm a moron.
He's trying to straighten out. You know what?
Legit had his senior moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, spaced out at the top of the chat. There's a link. Come on in. I do have a few rules, and I will tell them. You must treat us with respect. We're going to treat you with respect as much as we respect each other anyway. That means we might joke about you, but we expect it in turn. Also, no slurs. And that includes white person or anything like that as a derogatory term.
Hey, call me a honky. I don't care about that. I think it's funny.
Well, I actually prefer honky lips because it's from Vacation, and I feel honored.
Know, right?
Anywho, bad comic review. You have something to say? Come on in. Oh, shut up, evil black cat. Your parents were never married, by the way, cat. You know that, right? All right. So anyway, what do you have to say there? Bad comic reviews.
Look, I was excited. I watched the election. It was lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just finished a 7-hour stream on it, and so my voice is a little shot. But yeah, it is a good time. I'm glad everything worked out. Hopefully, now we could get rid of some of the nonsense going on. But unfortunately, I think a lot of it's going to get doubled down, and we're going to get, especially in the comics industry, we're going to get a lot more of the same garbage because now we're going to get a bunch of bitter, angry, crybaby losers because that's what communists are.
You mean you mean the Hydra Cap is Trump and Red Skull is Jordan Peterson type shit?
Yeah. MODOK is Trump. Everything is every bad guy's Trump or one of his allies. Although they got to be kind of careful with Vivek because that could get ugly. I mean, you start dancing around some of the DEI stuff then, and
they literally called Larry Elder a white supremacist. I don't think they have a problem with.
No, it won't be Marvel. It'll just be independent comic books. He'll be the next villain in the sequel to what's that book by Ramby, like Rachel Starr or something?
Are you kidding me? He'll be the next villain in Doctor Who episode.
I mean, I'd like to believe they would start to slowly course correct, kind of like the MCU is doing, but unfortunately,
they don't care about money. They don't give a crap about money.
Yeah, no, it's ideological motivation. I know what you mean.
It's a slash and burn. They're just cultural locusts. They go from one thing to the next after they've consumed everything, all the influence.
Because art is a weapon in their minds. They don't understand the notion of loving something for its own sake.
Hold on just a sec. Just to give the kid a shot here. There you go. Alrighty, and we'll see how it goes. There's the link if anybody wants to come in and say their piece. I'm just asking, once again, be respectful. I don't want to lose the channel or anything like that. We'll have our finger on the dump button just in case. Okay, that was one of the reasons why I stopped doing this, is because there were people who were spamming channels like mine that would allow people on. Because I used to do this all the time. Just throw the thing out. Let's see who comes in. That kind of thing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, that was more during the Hangouts, the Google Hangouts.
The StreamYard's ability to put somebody in the back room and screen them has become very nice. Helpful.
Yeah, it has.
It's a useful feature that I wish Hangouts had.
Yeah.
The worst thing was you would pop somebody on, and RDV told, it never happened on my channel, but RDV told me that there were people that would have porn playing, and when it popped on,
I used to see it all the time. They'd pop up, and I had to laugh because that's why I don't toss the link out there. You're asking for it. It's like,
I think the worst we had was when we tried to have that talking to SJW stream, and the one guy right before he disconnected was like, "You're all a bunch of Nazis." Next,
come on. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, go ahead, Bag.
The fourth stream I was ever on, somebody threw out the link into chat, and this big fat Samoan looking dude hopped on, and he's pinching his nipples while thrusting his heart on. So I get it.
That was my mom, by the way, and I don't appreciate you calling me. I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
That's gonna get clipped. That's gonna get clipped. You did that to yourself.
Let's get some chat here. Slayer saying 100% deportation. Get the hell out. Deportation. It's going to be difficult. That's another thing that's not going to happen all the time. I would actually like to see National Guard called out to these apartment buildings. I don't think that any part of America should be taken over by armed guards, and I mean any part.
Well, no,
if there's a ranch somewhere, because I heard about something like this with some Chinese spies were in a part of Texas. I could be wrong about the state, but yeah, get them out. They shouldn't be here, that kind of thing. But I think that
Trump will send in the Navy. Trump will just send in the Navy SEALs. He doesn't even have to wear it. He'll just take them out overnight.
How bad can Biden sabotage the country before handing it over to Trump? He's got some serious power, by the way. So yes,
He's not compass mentis enough to do things himself, but the regime can work through him plenty.
Summoner is saying you can smell the fear coming out of these commentators. Wait, what? Like the Democrats. Here's an idea.
The Voshes and the Hassan Pikers and the Cenk from Young Turks and so on.
Austin is saying, what if the Democrat states try to suppress companies from making things cheaper in the next 4 years? They might do that as well. Anything to make the Republicans look bad. They have proven this election, this cycle. They've proven that they're willing to take the country out in order to get what they want. The fact that we had a spy balloon cross the country before it was shot down is amazing to me. What's going on with P. Diddy? Hopefully he's having a lot of trouble legally and he's going to be thrown in jail for the things he's done. Let's see. Your thumbnail is so far off. Why did you choose something that has no reflection to actual results, says Dan. Wait, what did I not have? I just put Trump up with the fight thing and the election results map. My thumbnails are horrible. I'm just not good at them, tell you the truth. I never have been. I hope I at least have a few good ones. But when I make thumbnails in general, I'm probably proud about 2 or 3 out of every 10 or 12.
Yeah, we're all doing this by the seat of our pants, folks. Let there never be any pretense of professionalism here.
Not even a little bit. I've been a one-man operation that has a life outside of this, and so I do what I do. I'm hoping more so that this right here, the fact that I am willing to throw up the link that I put on no pretense.
It's more like a hangout stream or anything.
Yeah,
this isn't a serious stream. Yeah,
but yeah, there you go. But in all honesty, yeah, I suck at making thumbnails. That's for sure.
Well, you do suck.
Yeah, but what is my thumbnail? It is the fight thing over the electoral map for this. This election.
It is the number one selling T-shirt.
Go figure. Yeah. Which, but that's because
people have the Trump with the crown.
The reason why I chose it, it's an iconic image. I think that is one of the points where it solidified Trump should be the president in a lot of minds. And truly it is what the American spirit used to be.
I think image is iconic enough to actually genuinely be historic. It would not surprise me at all.
Oh, okay. Dan was just referencing the map. But yeah, that's what it was. That map is tonight's election results map. That's why that's there. So yeah. I guess because I've got that big square, it doesn't really.
Well, no, at the time when you put it up, it wasn't complete. That's why.
Oh.
Here's what's on CNN right now. Trump on verge of victory after battleground wins.
Verge, they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spaced out. I can tell you exactly how to dance like Donald Trump because I'm partially there. Remember, he's 80. Okay, now I'm only 54, but I've got a bad knee. I've got a bad shoulder. No. Yeah, it was this one.
He's the guy with ice cream from Lilo and Stitch, unironically.
I was in an arm wrestling contest and I blew out my tendon right here. So you got to dance like somebody who can't move a lot. So when you do, you pull in. Don't like big dancers are more like, whoa. I learned this from Dancing with the Stars. They're big and wide, but with Trump, you got to pull in a little bit. And it doesn't really matter what you do because if you bounce right, no matter what music you put it to, it fits. Okay, and that's how you do it. You got to bring your body in tighter, and that's how you dance like Trump.
He dances more like a boxer.
Yeah, there you go.
Jake Paul.
Yes, MK, they are coping and seething, and it's glorious.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm gonna let you go. It was fun hanging out with you guys again. Hopefully, I'll be back. Soon, making more videos. I gotta get my own apartment soon.
Jimmy,
we'll see.
the door is always open.
Thanks, Angle Team, man. I appreciate it. You guys have a good time, all right?
Later.
Hey, earlier,
Take
bro.
care. Be safe. Angleton is dancing like a bad omen.
Can I share an image with you?
Go on ahead. Say again.
Can I share an image with you?
So long as it's not porn, sure.
Well, it's Trump porn.
I truly don't want to see it now.
Yeah, I didn't want that image in my head. You will be hearing from my therapist.
You didn't
like
know
this.
you wanted that image.
The only thing that would make this better is if it was a squirrel.
I know this came out around the Springfield era, and I was like, you mentioned thumbnails. This is the type of stuff you need. Because,
I think so.
Look at that.
Someone needs to make a meme with the dog from Up. The Doug, I think his name is.
I was actually thinking of doing more AI.
Well, here's one thing.
For fun, but
if you don't like evil black cats, send them to New York. They'll get rid of them.
yeah. Okay. Tried to dance like him when I got off my shift. Says spaced out.
They'll get.
Let's see what else. Joker is better and far better. Thanos is just a dark side knockoff. Honestly, says MK.
They're arguing over who is the best comic book villain, I think.
Yeah, Joker's probably to me.
Oh, there's a character.
Darkseid? Darkseid's a great villain. Thanos, he's all right. He's all right.
Whose kitty is that?
Across the back of your neck. Yeah. Oh, that movement. Yeah.
There's a good question, Del, because now he's got a cat, you've got a cat, and I don't know if BCR.
I don't have a cat. My wife has a cat. I don't have a cat. I let her in once when it was 37 degrees. I made a mistake. She is.
Charlie's not a noisy boy, so it's probably never going to be my cat talking.
I don't currently have a cat, but if you hear one, let me know, because that'd be weird, and I could get it out of here.
That's probably the possum or the raccoon behind you.
Yeah, I have a squirrel in my attic. Does that count?
I felt bad because it was 37 degrees, so I brought her in. I let her go to the basement since
37 degrees, bro.
And I saw kittens were surviving 37 degrees, so I made a mistake. But she now she rushes in if we open the door.
You have been claimed by Cat. That is what is happening
apparently,
there.
Apparently,
you are now her human, and you don't get a vote, sir.
Gail loves her though, so she's
it's got squatters' rights now, dude.
I'm just sick of this. All this talk about who is the best comic book villain.
Okay, who's your favorite?
Skeletor, you heathers.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite, Dalton?
My favorite comic book villain. That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head, because I don't think I have a favorite villain.
Okay.
They do. I know your villain is. He's not a villain to us, but to you he is. It's Jared Stevens.
There you go. How about you, Bad Comics?
Am I wrong?
Remind me of his existence.
Oh,
how about you, Bad Comics? He said, asking Bad Comics, what's up?
What? I didn't hear him. What did he say?
I think I would probably say Stiltman.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the Dire Wraiths.
The Dire Wraiths are great villains. I love the Dire Wraiths.
Dire Wraiths? What?
Like that is
Dire Wraiths, the villains of ROM Space Knight.
Yeah.
They're magic user aliens, and they're awesome.
Jose better start packing his bags because he's headed for the border, says the Texan. And Emperor Joker is my favorite, or Batman Who Laughs is a great villain, says Spaced Out. Do you believe the Joker would beat Thanos? Wait a second. Are we going who could beat who, or who's the best? Doom, says Ash. Dalton's favorite villain is definitely Dormammu from Doctor Strange. But
no, actually, if we're talking just Doctor Strange villains, probably Cthulhu, actually, not Dormammu. Dormammu is to Doctor Strange as the Joker is to Batman. He's the main reoccurring villain, but he's far from Doctor Strange's most powerful villain.
Who's okay? My favorite villain. Who do I like every time they show up? I don't know. I like the obscure ones a little bit. The crazy quilt. Just I dig on
here's a good one. Madcap.
Madcap. I remember from Daredevil.
I hate you back then.
Who would be a good villain?
Hold on.
I don't know. Yeah. Hello to Spaced Out. What's up?
Hey, nothing much. I just want to join in.
Welcome.
Currently at work, but I don't really care.
What do you do for a living, if you don't mind asking?
Just a very boring job. I stock at Walmart. So.
Nuclear power reactor.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
My wife works at Walmart. She does apparel and basically straightens up everything as people mess it up.
That's terrible.
It is what it is. It's a paycheck, She likes
Yeah,
it. She worked at a Red Lobster. She was a line cook for a long time, and the restaurant is move. So she kind of likes the slower pace of a Walmart. So
that's fair.
when you get older, you don't want to move around as much as you used to.
He's bringing up Doom, but who does Doom battle every time he goes to hell trying to free his mother's soul? Is that Mephisto? Who is he battling against? Because he keeps getting his butt kicked by that person.
Doom is opposed to Mephisto. You are correct. The book in question is Triumph and Torment. It might actually be the best one-off Doctor Strange story, where he and Doom team up to thwart Mephisto and save Doom's mom.
So, Spaced Out.
Yeah.
This is your first election then, huh?
Yeah, this is the first one I voted on.
Yeah, and did you vote for Kamala or Trump?
Oh, you don't have to tell us yet.
He's right. You don't have to tell us, but if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I voted for Trump. I voted early.
Yeah, and this is something that did you feel good about it? Are you nervous about it? Or
I really just want to have a good life. That's what it comes down to.
Well, of course.
I mean, I kind of had my hopes up a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
You want to eat, and you want to be able to have gas money too.
Yeah, I just I want to coexist on Earth,
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you were asked. I don't think it's a bad thing to worry about. Your life being good at 19. It's a great time to start planning. Find the people who are successful and do what they did.
I'm currently planning right now. Yeah. But,
although don't worry if you don't figure it out, because the secret that nobody tells you until you are an adult is that nobody ever reaches the point at which they become an adult. We're all just kind of LARPing until we figure it out.
Also, it's the perfect time in your area age to get a trade now, because with Trump's going to be bringing back the trade jobs, the factory jobs.
What jobs would this be? Just like plumbing? Or what do you mean?
Air conditioning. Everybody's going to need air conditioners. Everybody's going to need plumbing. Everybody, find those kind of jobs. If you're not,
I might look into that. Yeah.
If you're not going to college to be a lawyer or doctor or something
plumbing
like that.
Is a shitty job, but there's always someone looking for a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
And
it quite literally is a shitty job.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean.
But the thing is that it's not. If you like I said, once you work your way up, you can be at the point where you're working, putting in the plumbing for the new houses.
Yeah.
Eric and Boyd, Eric Breen was here earlier, but he had to tap out. He was getting tired, so he is the oldest of us.
Technically, it is like Wednesday morning, so he probably is like, yeah. I don't.
Well, I was looking. It's 4:30 in the a.m. and I was like, "Oh, I'm."
It's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm having a good time. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. And if you're just listening in, thank you very much for listening in.
Just happy that
it's a good night.
Yeah,
go on ahead, RDB.
I'm just happy that now I'll have money to go buy comic books I might not like.
There you go. I was very much, like I said, we did a follow the election results, and at the end, I thought they were going to try to steal it again with all the fact that they just paused everything. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. And then as soon as I did that, they announced Georgia for Trump, and I was like, what? And they just kept going, and it was like, holy shit.
There was no way I was going to do what you're doing, because I was just like, because I would have got angry too. I would have got anxieties, all that stuff. I didn't need that crap. So
yeah, me and Mr. E2099 were covering it on Duality of Man. We lasted 8 hours, and we ended it like right as they were calling it. But yeah, we got nervous right around the time that everything stalled too, where we were like, is there any fortification going on, TM?
8 hours? Did you let him talk?
And someday you will be murdered, and no one will blame me.
Yep. Let's see. MK says, I'm checking out trades at the moment. Tough to pick a good one. A lot train you online now, says MK. Connor is saying I'm 16, thinking about going into carpentry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like
Good luck with that, man.
Right now, like even like I said, like this year they were building houses and the new subdivision stuff. So they're always those are jobs that are always been around as far as electrician, carpentry, plumbing. You know, those are jobs that necessities that people are always looking for. Versus the white collar job who just does sales. They can replace you with a computer now.
Now, so you guys are giving all this good advice, and I feel it necessary to be a contrarian and say, you should don't listen to any of this.
Let me meet you first.
Save a couple of bucks up and become a professional Bigfoot hunter. Apparently, that's an occupation because they have TV shows about it, and you can be like,
how much does that pay?
Hunting.
I think it pays how much YouTube gives you. Just
yeah. I mean,
you don't have to do that. Okay. Don't be the Bigfoot hunter. Be the actual Bigfoot and get the viral video on YouTube.
Or how about this? Spaced out, do you have nice tits? Because if so, you can live in a van.
Down by the river.
Nice what?
Down by the river. Yeah. I'm joking.
Yeah. Is that a Chris Farley reference?
A little bit, yeah. But the thing is, have you guys seen these? These girls are making just millions of views doing this.
OnlyFans, yes.
They're doing
yes, we all know.
I've seen the van life thing. It's intriguing, to say the least.
They're full of shit. This girl's making 1 million views. That right there means at least 100,000 a video, right? That girl is not sleeping in a fucking van. I'll guarantee you. She may be filming herself by a van, but she's sleeping in the fucking Radisson.
You cannot be mad at any girls who does OnlyFans. Peter Parker did it for years, taking photos of himself.
Of course, yes.
He made money.
But Tish.
But yeah, I saw that. I was like, people fall for this. It's just, look, I'm 54. I can appreciate what a good-looking girl looks like, but I don't go gaga over them and anything. And it amazes me how many simps are out there just, oh, she's so pretty.
See,
have you never seen a hot chick before? It's just
goes all the way down there.
He got a little annoyed because he got that Belle Delphine bathwater, and he was so upset that he wasted his money on it.
And it did.
In the defense of the Sims, the reason that OnlyFans is as successful as it is because there are so many men who are not even considered as eligible contestants for dating in today's day and age.
Yeah.
The 80-20 rule is hell.
That Belfina bathwater tasted like oysters. Let's see. Summoner says, I'm going to tell you about my favorite villain, the best one, the Turtle from The Flash. Actually, year one, we were talking about that the other day. That was pretty good. Turtle. Am I too turtly for the Turtle Club?
Oh, God. The Dana Carvey bit from Master of Disguise.
That's
what I think of every time I hear Turtle, too.
Bigfoot hunter or ancient alien theorist. Guaranteed work. Yeah.
Why not both? You could dual major.
I know, right?
It was aliens.
Oh. Bigfoot is actually, my theory is Bigfoot was an alien.
Yes, clearly he's an ascended master from Mount Rainier. One of the first from Zeta Reticuli to show up here on the Earth, and he's here to help us.
This reminds me of the SCP-1000 proposal that was Bigfoot.
BCR, why aren't you doing like news article like reviews on your channel? You got the voice of the tabloids.
I know, right?
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh,
because
Austin.
he might have something called self-respect, maybe.
No,
Austin.
I don't have any of that.
What's that?
Why do you do these things to me? Why?
Comedy.
It's usually Erica Boyd that does this. If you see a guy reach for stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing it for some doll. When you spot a John waiting out in the rain, chances are he's insane, as only a John can be it for a Jane.
Please
okay,
stop.
There you go.
I beg of you. I beg of you to stop.
Oh, now
never.
When the stripper's crying.
There you are. Okay. Let's go, Brandon. Will all the celebrities that promise to leave the country? No, they will not. Those lions.
That's what I said. They need to be deported with all the people they brought in.
By the way, that was from Guys and the Dolls. That was the theme song for Guys and Dolls.
Really?
Yes.
Great musical, by the way.
It is, but you are not allowed to sing it anymore.
You know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna say that Engeltine said it was "Singing in the Rain." I don't know. We're gonna tweet that out right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That would be a big insult to me. Thank you. Why?
No one knows who you are.
And in response to my singing, Rhaegar is saying "gay," which I do have permission, by the way.
No, that's me, and you know because my singing voice is better.
Oh, MKF called VCR. He said you have a good sports announcer voice. VCR, wow.
Shout out from the 201 in New Jersey, says Sean, 3 times for Trump. Bruh, JFB, and yeah, I'm not saying that one, but there you go. Let's see. Guys and Dolls is currently on Tubi. Oh, that's cool. I might watch that now that I got the song stuck in my head.
Go on ahead,
RDV.
Charades on there, and a few other Hitchcock movies are on there right now.
Oh, you want to watch a really good movie? I highly recommend Post-Apocalyptic Commando Shark.
Have fun with that one, dude.
I've only seen Apocalyptics on Tubi, but I don't care to watch that one.
Both Coraline and Paranorman are free to watch on Tubi. I don't know about Kubo and the Two Strings or Box Trolls, but I think they might also be on there.
Yep. Alrighty. What do we got going on? By the way, where did all these fellow Gen Zers come from?
Eric and Blake.
Sean is putting in his personal ad right now. Is there a 34-year-old white male looking for a date?
Yeah, Eric and Blake saying, Whoopi Goldberg, Trump touched me in my fifis in 1998. I'm pretty sure Trump would reply back if that was true, I would chop my hand off. You got to stop this disease from spreading.
MK, I want Dalton to watch. Now, the last episode is this week. So, Dalton, watch The Penguin, see the last episode, and we'll talk about the series, okay? We talked about every episode of Agatha. We can at least do the series of Penguin all in one show.
Wait, you watched Agatha but not Penguin?
Yeah, well, I watched both of them, but Dalton only watched Agatha. But Dalton's into magic and magic users, so
Agatha's awesome, and it was a good show. It
was actually a pretty good show. Yeah.
The only reason it isn't the best thing Marvel streaming did is because Werewolf by Night exists. If Werewolf by Night didn't exist, Agatha would be the best thing that Marvel Studios has done streaming wise.
That and about 20 other projects Marvel has done. But
also, Agatha, this new show here, now it made a lot of young men understand why Thanos was horny for death. When you have Aubrey Plaza,
I know, right? Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, let he who is without an understanding of that cast the first stone. Yeah, no. Although I will say, I still think it would have been better if they had swapped Hela in for Mistress Death in the Infinity Saga. But I mean, Kate Blanchett or Aubrey Plaza, I can't begrudge him the choice either way. Honestly,
Aubrey Plaza with the makeup on, you just put a paper bag over that. You're so good.
Yeah, I know, right? What do we got? Mother of God there says, yeah, I'm flat out serious. I liked Agatha all along. He loved it. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Hold up, guys. I'm reading some chat here.
Well, read it yourself then.
Not okay. So pronouns are freedom gangster. I don't know what that means, but okay. Agatha was good aside from her not being punished for being a mass murderer. I actually liked the fact that they kept her a villain.
I mean, she died at the end, so that's a punishment of a kind.
Well, yeah, of a kind. But yeah, I like the fact that they left her a villain. The song 16 tons and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Sounds like the situation America is in. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, things will start getting better after Trump is sworn in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Eric and Boyd, we need new memes now. With all the meltdowns are going to happen, I can't look at the girl in the green jacket anymore. I need a new meme.
And Melania is saying that Dalton should have to watch and review every episode of Penguin the same way we did Agatha. But that would also mean I have to watch all of them over again, which actually I wouldn't mind. It's a great show. Agatha was good. Penguin was great.
You know, you guys should just for the hell of it, just review a season of Baywatch.
I don't have any interest in that whatsoever.
It's on TV right now.
I will watch the Penguin so that people who want me to see it can say that I've seen it. But Agatha was a great show about like magic users that was perfectly done at exactly the right time for Halloween, and it's probably the best written magic use in the entire MCU. Full stop.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I just want to see Dalton like trying to review the first episode of Baywatch with E, and I just
I don't care. I will put myself through a lot for you people, but I'm not putting myself through that.
I saw Baywatch the first time, and I've seen a lot of shows I used to like, and it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's. I think Baywatch, because once you get past the jiggling girls and all that,
there actually was a story in each episode. I didn't know that.
I know they tried, yeah.
I mean,
her death is her being a quippy ghost, says AWOL. Yeah,
it says her story.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
I can in fact wait for that because I don't want them to do Sorcerer Supreme Tony Stark plus infamous Iron Man. I want an actual version of Doom who is Eastern European. Why didn't they get Mads Mikkelsen back?
Hopefully they'll get that. They'll get that later. Hopefully they will. They'll bring that in.
Dalton, I'll take that over Keanu Reeves getting a second Constantine movie any day.
I mean, same, but why do we have to put up with either of them?
I'd put hey, Robert Downey Jr. is the lesser of two evils.
We have somebody new.
It would be a better actor than.
Right, but we're
hey guys, Dalton, simmer down a little bit. We have somebody new in the chat. Hello to Big Chief. Who is this ZHM dude? I don't know who you're talking about. Let's see. Guys, get a life out, get outside. Stop watching all these shitty shows all the time. Walk it. Hey, dude, I have a wife. I have kids. I have my life. Thank you very much. So I will take my time to watch a shitty TV show. Thank you very much.
Agatha's good and is in no way shit. So I'm not apologizing for it.
Eric and Boyd, why are you telling the guy in the wheelchair to go take a walk? Seriously? That's where you want to be when Jesus comes? All right. What's that all about?
That's why I don't go outside. Jesus might find me.
I know, right?
I'm not ready for that conversation.
Maybe he wanted you to push Dalton while taking a walk.
Oh, yeah.
I have a walker and I can use it for short distances.
Hold on.
Please.
Dalton was saying he has a walker and he can use it as he pleases. Spaced out. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, you just like leave your house one day and then you just see Jesus like just standing there menacingly.
That's what I'm scared of.
If I saw Jesus, the first thing I would do is offer him M&Ms.
M&Ms. Oh god.
It fall right through his hand.
Exactly. That was the joke. You did. It's funnier when you explain it. Bad comic. Thank you.
I mean, but I wasn't finished though. I mean, you can push him around, but not in a wheelchair, just down the stairs.
There you go.
And then I would haunt all of you.
You know what though? Are you haunting us, or are we just haunting you because you won't?
Well, you can't be haunting me. None of you are dead yet.
No, but if you want to spend your time with me, Dalton,
you don't think we could haunt you? Let me lift up my shirt and lick my nipple. That will haunt you forever. Okay, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'd have to put on my best.
You would see that every time you shut your eyes.
You can say you're gonna haunt me, but I'm like, you realize you gotta spend every single minute with me.
I have a long list of people that need haunting, Beckman. You're not special.
Okay, so anywho, guys, we're way off the plot. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we need a topic. Bring up a topip because I don't know what's going on between. I don't know what's going on between RDV and Dalton that they're going to be spending eternity together with. But
hey, Angleton, we don't need a plot. We've had 31 people watching, and we're just talking about nonsense.
I'm nonsense. We are absolutely. We have lost. But it's a Beetlejuice situation. You're stuck with Dalton until he's dead. Do you guys still do Comics Jeopardy AWOL? I would love to do that, but. I stopped getting contestants. People don't want to participate.
Yeah, there aren't enough people to play most of the time.
Not participate. So I was actually thinking of reviving it, but doing it as kind of a trivia video where I just read the questions and see if you can answer them at the end. You know your score, so forth and so on. And hello to Elizabeth. What's up, honey? Hey, did you hear the results? Yeah, who are you for this time around? Still hanging out over on the left? Yeah, hey, it's okay. Everybody's got their thing. You know, I never put you down for it, right? Yep. Okay, there you go. All right. Sorry for the awkward moment. Okay.
I heard that
what?
Sorry. I heard that like most Democrats like switched to voting for Trump. Is that correct?
A lot of them did. My daughter is on the left side of politics, and I never want to discourage her. I am a Republican. I am a conservative that grew up in a very liberal family who turned far leftist, and I don't want to silence my daughter. I encourage her, if she disagrees, to come at me. She did actually while I was on video. She tore in. She went right after me, and then I made a video with a thumbnail that says, "Dad completely crushes daughter in political debate," or something like that. Because good. Here's a topic: character limitless budget. What character do we add to the MCU with solo movie? A solo movie with an unlimited budget.
Without Kevin Feige getting involved.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, can we have that?
Can we have it like nice?
A solo movie with an unlimited budget. Who would I like to see? What Marvel character? Could I do DC also? Because I'm more of a DC man. I would actually. I know we've had Doctor Strange, but in DC, I would like to see Dr. Fate with an unlimited budget where they could literally do whatever the hell. More so, I know you said unlimited budget, but
he was
I would
terrible
like
in Black Adam.
What?
He was terrible in Black Adam.
Fuck no, he was the best part of that movie.
Gotta go now.
I mean, like they did him wrong, is what I'm saying.
Hey,
like he
no,
wasn't
they
terrible,
didn't.
but
Guys,
Okay, you
what do you
just
mean?
hold on. You
Okay,
just look
okay,
the match.
now I have
Let's watch
to-
this.
all right,
Let's watch this field go off.
I have to ask the question: what do you think they got wrong?
I can't describe it. It didn't seem like Dr. Fate. Like,
Can you be,
I haven't read
can you
any
be
of the
more
comics,
specific?
but-
Because
Okay, hold on. Let me give you some context here before you go on. Dalton is a huge Dr. Fate fan and loves
shut
the
up.
way that he. No, never do that. Be
no,
you.
please,
That's the
I'm
whole point.
asking you because I'm curious. Because I didn't have very many quibbles with Dr. Fate in Black Adam. So
mainly, it's mainly for the fact that I haven't really seen much of Dr. Fate in recent medias.
Yeah. The one thing about Dr. Fate is they've always gave him kind of a mania. Like the helmet is he's got the book.
read
The
this.
helmet.
Yeah.
There you go. Show it off.
It's the DC Golden
I
Age.
mean, I like the helmet.
Golden Age Archive editions. It has his entire More Fun comics run, which was his original comics run.
Yeah. But yeah, never back down. Look, you like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. Look, I am the only me and my wife are the only two people I know that like Joker 2. I will die on that hill. You guys will kill me on that hill because I'm the only one that likes it. I
Correct. We will. You
I
are.
haven't even seen it yet.
But the thing is, you like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. It's okay. You be you. Now, if I would actually like to trim the budget down a little bit, and I would like to see something a little noirish. If it's Marvel, in all
Black
honesty,
Spider.
maybe. You know what?
Damian Hellstrom would be a good choice to get another crack at it because they really botched it the last time.
Oh my gosh, what would it be?
So for me personally, it would be Ghost Rider.
I had some ideas.
Ghost Rider.
And,
You know what?
And it would be Jenny Ketch.
Okay.
And go more with a '90s approach as far as like that versus the John, because we already did the Johnny plays with Nicolas Cage. We don't need to do it again.
I'm gonna be somewhat controversial here. I don't want them to rush into Ghost Rider because, and I made this clear when we reviewed, I think it was episode 3 of Agatha. Mephisto is the lamest devil in Marvel's canon. There are much more interesting beings that are quote unquote Marvel's devil that they could
So
use.
here's
Mephisto's kind of
here's what
lame.
this. You don't have to have Mephisto for the Ghost Rider Danny Cash. You can have other demons. Other
I mean,
devils.
in
Yeah.
theory, sure, but to do Ghost Rider without Mephisto is a little bit like doing Doctor Strange without the Vishanti, which somehow they've managed to do for 2 movies now, and it still
there is a
vexes me.
box down there though.
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly, because I would bring in Danny Ketch, bring you in for more of the new generation, and I would not. I would totally ignore the guy in the car. What is it, Eddie Reyes, whatever his name is?
Robbie Reyes.
Reyes, yeah.
Is the 3rd Ghost Rider.
I got it. I know what. And by the way, you said unlimited budget, but I'm going to go in the other direction. I want a very noirish detective, maybe even black and white, although it would cut the color, and I love the green and brown. I would like to see a Wesley Dodds Sandman movie. You can bring that budget in, as a matter of fact, and just make it a very, almost like a horror film crime drama. I would love to see that.
I would
love to see that.
I would like to see a Sandman series that ties in all of DC's Sandman. Unfortunately, Netflix is currently raking my favorite comic over the coals and ruining it, so that's probably never going to happen. And we need to wait for Neil Gaiman to die so he can stop meddling with his own best work.
David Sonowitz is saying, I'd like a Superman set in the 1940s or Spider-Man in the 60s. That would be awesome.
If I got Batman in the 1940s, and then you introduce the Wonder Woman from the 1940s, you know, you get the whole Justice League being built up in the 1940s, 1950s, you know, that'd be awesome.
I'll do you.
I want if you're bringing Fantastic Four, and they're gonna be like in the 1960s alternate universe.
I'll do you one better. Do an entire DC Golden Age set period piece series of movies, and instead of having it be the Justice League, have it be the JSA.
Oh, you could have the JSA. You could do that too. But I mean,
I'd love an animal movie. Says AWOL Thoughts. That would be pretty good. Yeah, especially if do a trilogy based on the first 25 issues of Animal Man by Grant Morrison.
You really want so?
What?
Dial H for Hero.
That would be sweet if done properly. Yeah, and I'm talking Hero from the 2000s, where it's a little bit darker. But if you want to start in the 60s and move up,
kids,
yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, Ben 10 is already the improved version of Dial H for Hero. I know that's controversial of me to say, but it is.
And to answer Eric and Boyd's question, look, Sydney Sweeney's pretty and all, but Haley Atwell, she's sexy. That's a whole
honestly, they should have gotten
Sydney Sweeney versus Haley Atwell because they're both very smart. Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the movie thing still.
No, well, I saw it, so I answered it.
Honestly, I really wish that Haley Atwell had been the first female incarnation of the Doctor, because that would. The issue with Jodie Whittaker wasn't just that she was a bad actor, although she was. It's that she didn't capture the spirit of the character of the Doctor. That didn't happen with Michelle Gomez as Missy. In fact, the Mistress is a better incarnation of the Master than John Sims' incarnation was. But in order for there to be a female incarnation of the Doctor, they still have to register as the Doctor the whole while. So Tilda Swinton or Haley Atwell would have been my choice if you were going to
I like Ash's suggestion if you can go teams instead of solo. He wants to see Strike Force Morituri, which is a 1980s comic where aliens invade Earth, and the government comes up with a plan to create superhumans, but they tend to burn out within a year. So it really is a one-way ticket, in order to help the Earth survive the alien attack.
I'll just watch.
So it's a very good series, about 32 issues.
I don't know why it's taking them so long to get this going, but I really would like it if the Blade movie that we eventually get ties into the Midnight Suns eventually. The Midnight Suns.
Are we gonna get a new actor for Blade? Speaking of,
Didn't they cancel that?
Mahershala Ali has been slated to play Blade in the MCU version for years now.
But they've put that aside
It's in development hell, and it's been in development hell for years. I don't know why it's taking them so long to get it right, but the smart thing to do would be to build up to Midnight Suns, because you already have Werewolf by Night, which was freaking amazing. You already have Ilsa Bloodstone. It would be child's play to introduce Ghost Rider, and Doctor Strange needs a third and fourth movie eventually too. So why not?
I kind of want a Batman Ninja Turtles crossover, a live action movie.
That would.
You'd never get that to work in live action. It was a miracle they even got it to. They even managed to do it in animation.
It would just be so great, like I said. And if you're using the '90s turtle suits,
you'd never get that to work in live action. I'm sorry, my dude.
Well, no, I think it would if you're using the '90s turtle suits. They were awesome Jim Henson creations. Thank you very much. But yeah, that would be kind of.
And people are still making and fixing new ones up and all. So it's like they're not. It's not like it's lost the time.
Did you guys? I know this is shifting and everything. Did anybody else watch the Jim Henson documentary on Disney?
Did not. And see you later, Space.
What's
I
up?
think he got Space dropped out. I don't know if he got in trouble by his boss. He said, "Work, remember?"
Yeah, I heard her step in, but yeah, door's open. The door is open if you want to come back in. But that was real. They've made a couple of really good documentaries about actors this year. The Christopher Reeve one was awesome, and the Jim Henson one, just that grabbed me.
How about a Gambit with Eddie Vedder as Gambit?
How's it going, Spaced Out? Like I said, door's always open, man.
Eddie Vedder as Gambit, or his father.
Okay.
Wow.
No.
Why? Okay.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, because you can't understand a word he says, and he's.
Is that the Pearl Jam guy?
Yeah.
That's
They said that's basically that's Gambit's favorite band.
Gambit's supposed to be Cajun. Why don't they get the guy who played Jim Corrigan in 2014's Constantine? He would be a good choice for Gambit.
There you go. I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know. Those 90s turtle suits were awesome. They were so flexible and fast in those. It was pretty sweet. I like those 90s movies. Yeah, that one and the cartoon they did in the mid 2000s, I think, are the best. Although I have to admit, I didn't love it, but I liked the new movie a little more than I thought I would. Not the Michael Bay movies. Do not want, but that animated one, it was a horrible and I see what they were going for. They were trying to do the same kind of animation style as the Miles Morales movies. It was, as I say a lot, entertaining, meaning it beats a blank screen for the same amount of time. Yeah. An Invaders film set in the 40s would be cool too, says Ash. I agree. John Lovitz would make a good film. Watch that.
He says Invaders, and the first thing my mind goes to is Space Invaders.
Well, actually, the sci-fi movie I first thought of, and then when he said set in the 40s, I realized he was talking about the comic book. So, yeah, this channel used to talk about comics. But going back to what AWOL was saying, I would love to do comic book Jeopardy. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to set up the boards. The thing is just nobody wants to play. And if we do play, it's like it would be like Dalton versus Maranya. And Dalton's he's a specialist. Maranya is a general practitioner and could generally kick his ass in the comic book trivia. Yeah. I'm just using you as an example. No insult.
Yes, I am aware of what happened.
Yeah. Oh, did that actually happen? Okay, sorry, man. I didn't mean to. Have a good night, Austin. Take care. Be safe. Yeah, it's 5:00 in the morning here. I guess we could go. I'm enjoying chatting.
I still didn't get a chance to watch V for Vendetta yet this year, and shame on me.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Ashley was talking about how New Zealand had their Guy Fawkes Day celebration.
Oh yeah,
when is
most
the
of
new
the
Spawn
Anglosphere
movie
does.
rolling? Does anybody know about that? Like they've been filming that for 16 years. The Spawn movie. That's one I'm looking forward to.
They were planning on doing a another rendition of it with Todd McFarlane actually assisting writing it this time. I don't remember who was cast in it, but I know that as of like 2 or 3 years ago, they were still working on it.
Yeah.
I actually like the 90s Spawn movie a lot. The effects are not there at all, but the writing is on point at least.
Yeah, the effects are horrible. All right, guys, it's been about 2 hours, 40 minutes going on right now. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, for those of us on the right coast. Yeah, guys, thank you very much. I did do my apologies in the whole Eric, you were right bit. I'm glad things turned out the way they did. And fingers crossed that we're going to see a better next 4 years than the last 4 years. And hopefully that'll lead to 12 because JD Vance could pop on in and hopefully keep things going.
Although, if the Democrats could run someone that could actually be a meaningful alternative, that would be nice.
Dave's saying he's off to work. Have a good one, man. Take care. Yeah, me too, actually. I was bagging and backing, boarding, and putting stuff together so I could take it to the flea market tomorrow. Yikes. It is okay to be wrong in such a situation. Wait, what are we doing? I don't know. Anyway, don't forget what's going on tonight. We're doing cover rankings, I guess. And what are we talking about? It's going to be what cover? I guess John Byrne Action Comics. There you go. We're just pushing everything back a little bit. So there you go. Alrighty, so join us for that. And as always, don't forget to do all the clicking, the liking, the sharing. If you don't mind helping out the channel, there's should be a link to Ko-Fi, or just drop $1 in the till. Like, thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.